Welcome to the Blazblue Central Fiction 2022 full roster overview. In this video, we will go over every single character's playstyle, drive, tools, and counterplay. Just to briefly introduce myself, I played VBCF for around 5 years now, and this was my first fighting game. With the addition of rollback, I wanted to make a video to help players pick up a character and showcase the game. This guide is mainly meant for newer players getting into the series who are looking for someone to main or people who are unfamiliar with the character that they're up against. These aren't fully fleshed out guides, but rather short 5 to 7 minute TLDRs that give a general idea of what the characters are capable of. I want to portray every character in the best light possible. While there are tiers that separate the cast, I believe each character is viable and have unique tools that can affect each matchup greatly. Characters are defined by their drive, which are their own set of normal moves that define the character's game plan and style. I will be going over drive moves, special moves, and their applications, key normals such as overheads and plus moves, and give very general counterplay tips against each character. I need to emphasize that the counterplay tips are only general and that different matchups have unique tools and ways to counter each other, but this will require your own time and labbing. I will also list who I think is difficult on screen. I put the baseline difficulty at 3 because I believe no character is simple enough to pick up immediately. You need to get a feel for how they play and understand each move they have. I will also show my personal tier list for the cast. Take these with a grain of salt since this is just my opinion. I will leave timestamps in the video for each character and will upload each section individually at a later time. All the information shared here mainly comes from Dustloop and experience. I will also list off notable players that can be watched on YouTube to learn from. With that being said, let's get started with the protagonist of the series, Ragna. The main character of Blazblue, Ragna, is an easy to pick up character. Ragna has long-reaching normals, a DP, good pressure resets, and other tools. Ragna wants to rush down his opponent but can also play a mid-range neutral game. Ragna has one of the smallest health pools in the game, but this is complemented by his drive, Soul Eater. All of Ragna's drive normals, specials, and supers heal Ragna when hitting an opponent on hit or block. Ragna's block strings and combos incorporate drive moves which will heal him in the middle of a battle. Ragna's OD, Valkenhayn idea, not only increases the damage and lifesteal on drive normals, but also adds new properties to them, such as dash cancels, jump cancels, and more. 214-214D is a super that heals Ragna for 500 HP and 1000 if done during OD. Ragna's lifesteal mechanic ensures that low HP isn't a problem. 214A or Hellsing is a rushdown special attack that sends Ragna 3/4 of the screen. He can follow the attack with 214D. Ragna can RC to either keep himself safe or extend combos. 214B or Gauntlet Hades is one of Ragna's standing overheads, which also has a 214D extension. The move is punishable on block, but on hit leads into a standard combo with good corner carry. 623C or Inferno Divider is a meterless reversal that has 2 enders. 214D Ender will knock down the opponent close to Ragna for an Oki situation, while 236C Ender pushes the opponent full screen. 623D does not have iframes, but recovers more health and is used for combo extensions in the corner with 236C Ender. .214D or Blood Scythe is a slow mid attack that has +3 on block. This is used to reset pressure. The air version comes out faster, but is not advantageous on block. .236D or Dead Spike is a dash cancelable projectile that also resets pressure. This move can be used during any part of a block string and helps Ragna close the distance or reset neutral. Ragna has good tools to help close the gap and frame trap his opponent. There are also important normals to look out for. 6B is another standing overhead. This move can be chained into from 2A, 5A, or 2B. This move is safe on block and can be cancelled with 5D, specials, and etc. 2C is a +1 low attack. This move is another useful reset tool. 632-146D or Connor Scissor is an almost full screen super which is useful for whiff punishing opponents and going through projectiles. If you block the first hit of 214B, Ragna can still frame trap you with the 214D follow up. You can always reliably punish 214B by using 2A after the first hit. You will duck 214D and get an air combo opportunity. 236D on regular block will make Ragna plus, which allows him to maintain his turn. There are two responses to Dead Spike. You can either insta-block 236D and punish the dash, or jump over 236D and land with an air normal. Because 214D is slow, there are many responses to this move. You can wait an anti-air, jump and air grab, or jump and challenge with a fast air normal. Some Ragna players to watch are Beta Dude, Tetsu, and Joker. Jin Kisaragi is a Shoto character that has projectile, various DPs, long-reaching normals, and reset tools. Jin lacks mix, and has to rely on frame trapping and jump cancel pressure. Jin is the only character in the game that has EX specials. These moves use 25 heat, but come with amazing benefits, such as freezing the opponent, lockdown pressure, and combo extensions. While Jin is another easy character to pick up, his optimal combos require the use of microdashing, a 6-6 motion usually followed with a 2B after landing J214C. These microdash routes usually lead into an air combo. These combos can be ended with JD, which will freeze the opponent and leave them vulnerable to a reset. Jin's drive is Frostbite. When hit with a drive normal or special, the opponent is frozen for a set period. Mashing does not reduce the freeze time. This freeze period is used for a free mix-up, generally after an air combo. Jin can only freeze his opponent once in a combo. However, EX specials will always freeze the opponent. Jin's OD, Frost End, applies the freeze effect on all of Jin's sword normals and special moves. First, let's look at Jin's EX moves. 236D, Hishosetsu, is a 3-hit projectile that is used to lock down the opponent. When blocking in the air, the opponent will need a barrier, otherwise they will get hit with an air unblockable. 623D, Hirenso, is a 2-hit DP. If the opponent gets hit, you can run up and combo into 3C, then 214BC. You can delay and charge the second hit to make it unblockable. 214D, Muso Tosugeki, is a fast-traveling low that freezes the opponent. The first hit alone is good for mid-screen combos. You can follow up 214D with C and proceed with a corner combo. J214D, Hizengeki, can be used as an instant overhead from 2A. If used to end the air combo, you can follow up using J63214D Super. Now onto the specials. 214BC is the go-to combo ender on standing opponents and A hits. Jin can catch an opponent rolling on wake up by dashing forward and using 2A. 623B, Fubuki, is more of an anti-air than a DP. The move is good for keeping your opponent in the corner with his diagonal hitbox, and is hard to punish on air block. This is also used in corner routes. 623C, Yayoi, is a meterless DP with a high vertical hitbox. 22C, Sekajin, is a move that extends the freeze time on an opponent. The move has to be done close to the opponent. You can also spend 25 heat by pressing D and extend a combo in the air. Now on to key normals. 6A is Jin's only standing overhead. This move comes out fast and cannot combo unless using RC or getting a counter hit. This is a go-to move when resetting a frozen opponent. 5B is a strong tool to use in pressure because both hits have a vacuum effect. This makes it harder to push Jin out even with barrier. All of Jin's C normals have long range and are good for poking. 5C and 2C are both jump cancelable on hit and block, making Jin safe. And JC and J2C cover both horizontal and vertical space, respectively. 6A only combos from 2A and 5A. When blocking, you'll mainly need to react to jump cancels, stagger pressures, and tick throws. Jin cannot instant overhead with J2C and must delay the hit. This is punishable with an anti-air. If you see the 2C or 5C animation, just ready yourself for a jump cancel. Jin's corner pressure is scarier though, since he can instant air dash into J2C into JC. 6B is another strong button for Jin, since he is safe on block and can frame trap with a special. Jin will be airborne, so block high first if Jin has heat for J214D. You can react to the air fireball and crouch under it, and if you have a DP, you can hit Jin to avoid the mix entirely. If Jin gets pushed out, he will need to reset his pressure, approach with a special, or reset neutral. Play patiently, and get a read on your opponent's offense. Some Jin players to watch are Fenrich and Kizike. Ragna and Jin's sister and the Calamity Trigger, Noel, is a rushdown character with mix-up record chains, zoning tools, corner carry, and iframe moves used to bait certain attacks. Noel wants to get in on her opponent due to her lack of range on her normals, but when she gets in, she's able to close the distance and go for a Rekka series that will force the opponent to react to high-low mix-ups. Noel's drive is Chain Revolver. Noel's drive normals is an initial attack that starts a Rekka chain, a series of attacks using multiple button presses. Noel can perform up to 4 moves before going into a reload animation. While in this Rekka series, her A, B, and C normals have 2 different attacks, and her drive normals have 4 variations. Noel has a wide variety of moves that gap close, side swap, are low highs, and frame trap. Noel's overdrive, Chain Quasar, reduces recovery of drive moves, decreases startup of drive moves, D236D hits twice, D214D has longer invuln frames, D623D has longer untech time, and J236-236D allows Noel to recover in the air. 5 stars can all be used in the middle of the Rekka chain. The only real difference is that the startup for Rekka drive normals are slightly faster. 5D is Noel's fastest drive starter. This is a mid hit. 2D is a 3-hit jump-in attack that has low invuln until landing. 6D is a rolling forward attack that has a low hit and has invuln to mids and projectiles. 4D has Noel backstep with a blast on her retreat. The starter is frames 1 through 31 invuln to mids and projectiles. This is good for baiting DPs. JD is non-overhead and has Noel fire gunshots down and moves her forward. D5A is a fast mid hit, mainly used to keep the opponent in block stun to set up for a high-low mix. D6 or 4A is a 2-hit attack used to combo opponents. D5B is a 2-hit mid that is another combo filler tool. D6 or 4B is a 16-frame overhead that can lead into a combo. This is an important overhead tool. D5C is another 2-hit mid blast that is used as combo filler. D6 or 4C is a 9-hit attack that vacuums the opponent. This move is only 0 on block, meaning this is a good reset tool. D236D, Bloom Trigger, is a 2-hit attack that wall bounces mid-screen and in the corner. This is your go-to combo ender off a Rekka chain and could lead into a safe jump. D214D, Assault Root, is a crossing attack that is fully invuln frames 1 through 18. This move can either be used to mix up the opponent in a block string, or in the middle of a combo to push the opponent closer to the corner. D623D, Type 3 Spring Ray, is a DP that is fully invuln frames 1 through 10. This move is mainly used for combos, but can also be used as a read if your opponent mashes during certain options. 2D6A or B, Type 11 Optic Barrel, is a projectile that immediately spawns a set distance from Noel. The A version goes mid-screen, while the B version shoots max distance. This move can also be dash cancelled on hit or whiff. 2D6C, Type 17 Chamber Shot, is a combo ending special that is used for mid-screen confirms. This can also be used as a combo extender in the corner. J214C, Type 13 Revolver Blast, is an air combo ender special that has a follow-up J2C attack that will knock down the opponent. 214A, Type 9 Muzzle Flitter, is a command grab that only hits standing opponents. You can combo off this move and combo into this move with specific starters. 22B or C, near a downed opponent, Type 6 Flash Suppressor, fires a single shot or multiple shots on the ground. The B version can be held for more shots and used as an ender, while the C version is a single shot that can be dash cancelled. 63246D, Zero Gun Fenrir, brings out a minigun and fires horizontally then up. If Noel hits the opponent with the minigun, then she will go into a finisher for extra damage. J236-236D, Bulletstorm, Zero Gun Thor, is an air combo ender super that sends out a barrage of bullets followed with a rocket shot. 5B is a far-reaching poke that is good for spacing and only -2. 5C is Noel's farthest reaching normal and is also -2. These are good buttons to start block strings into Rekka. 2B is a standard and Noel's fastest low normal that is 0 on block. 2C is a 2-hit low attack that is +1 on block. Just be aware this move has a lot of pushback. 6A is a standard overhead with a somewhat bad hitbox. 6B is an overhead attack that can cancel into other normals or drive. 6C is a 2-hit attack that is mainly used for comboing. The second hit is jump cancelable on block. 3C is a standard sweep that can combo into 2-2C dash cancel to confirm. JC is Noel's best air normal due to its large hitbox and multi-hit property. This is not an overhead, but is still a go-to move for air-to-airs or starting pressure. Noel generally struggles in neutral due to her lack of range, but as soon as she gets in, her pressure can seem very oppressive with many re-engage tools. However, most of her moves have specific counterplay options. You can also try to play a neutral focused game and keep Noel out. Just be aware of Noel's drive normals and their invuln types. These moves are slow and require the correct response. When Noel goes into her Rekka series, it's better to block high since Noel has 2 reactable low attacks, her D6D and 214A. After most Rekka moves, D6D can be interrupted with a fast low normal or DP. 214A is punishable on whiff and loses to both jumps and crouch. D214D is not fully invuln and the iframes end after the cross-up. With fast reactions, you can either challenge with a fast normal or grab. D604C is another annoying tool since it leaves Noel 0 and can help her safely go for her mix-ups. However, this move has 23 startup frames. In response, you can jump forward and land with the normal. If Noel uses JD to start her Rekka chain, you can punish most of her Rekka follow-ups with grab. Some Noel players to watch are Miori and Coefficient. Head of the Alucard vampire family, Rachel is a character with great zoning tools, set play, 50-50 mix-ups, corner carry, and good damage. Being able to control the wind, Rachel is capable of running away, manipulate her projectile's momentum, and go for hard-to-react high-low mix-ups up close. Rachel's drive is Sylphid. Rachel can summon a gust of wind that can go in 8 cardinal directions. Rachel starts off the round with 4 uses of her drive. Wind gauge regenerates over time, but slower in the air. The wind directly affects Rachel's movement, her projectile's momentum, and opponent's position while hit. The opponent rarely gets affected by the wind if in a neutral state, and the projectiles are unaffected. This drive gives Rachel 2 versatile playstyles: either retreat in the air while throwing projectiles, or use the down direction wind to go for instant overheads with JA and JB. Rachel's overdrive, Alfred, increases the recovery on wind gauge and adds more damage and properties to Rachel's supers. All Rachel's specials and supers are mainly zoning tools that apply lingering pressure. With the right usage and placement, Rachel can become a threat from any part of the screen. All specials can also be done in the air. 236A, B, and C, Tiny Lobelia, is a projectile that has a hitbox and leaves behind a rod on the ground. On the ground, the A version is shot close, while C version is shot farther away. If done in the air, C is the closest and A is the furthest. 236A has faster startup but longer recovery. Both 236B and C have the same frame and recovery data. Both have slower startup but recover faster. There can only be 3 rods out at any time and don't disappear until activated. If the projectile bounces off the corner, it refreshes its active frames, making it a 2-hit move. You can also use drive to change the speed, angle, and location where the projectile is sent. There are 2 specials that use the rods placed by 236A, B, or C. 22A, Barrel Lotus, transforms all rods into bats with 1 hit. If the opponent is hit or blocks the bat, then the bat will stay on them for 7 seconds. The tracking bat is an essential tool for controlling neutral, since the bat, or rods, can detonate a lightning strike with 214C, Sword Iris. Sword Iris summons bolts of lightning on the location of the rods, bats, or lobelia before hitting the ground. Each bolt has a vertical hitbox extending to the ceiling and makes Rachel at the very least +2 on block. 214A, George the 13th, sends out a frog that slowly walks forward. If George is close to the opponent, then he stays in place and shocks himself and the opponent for 6 hits. This is mainly used for Oki, but can be done full screen. Rachel's drive can also affect the speed of George, usually accelerating him forwards towards the opponent. It should be noted that George has 750 health and takes unscaled damage. 214B, Ivy Blossom, sends out a coffin which releases 10 poison bats when it touches the ground. These bats will deal 500 unscaled damage over time as long as the opponent does not barrier. This move is mainly used for corner pressure and in combos in order to extend the damage without affecting the hit scaling. 62146B, Tempest Dahlia, summons a flurry of projectiles. The number of projectiles increase with the amount of wind stock she has when activated. While the super is slow and easy to block, Rachel will mainly use this to regenerate 2 stocks of wind. Rachel can then use the stocks later or engage with the storm of projectiles to start her offense. 62146C, Baden Baden Lily, is a plus on block super that summons multi-hitting bolts of lightning on top of Rachel and on any placed rods. This is mainly used to reset pressure or in the corner for high damage combos. 5B is an important normal for Rachel. Not only does this move destroy single level projectiles, but it can also be jump cancelled on hit or block. This move enables 50-50 high-low mixes with the use of 2B and JA. JA is an overhead that is used for her instant overhead. After jumping from by B, input 2 or 3A and drive at the same time. Rachel will then fall towards the ground fast enough to land and confirm into a knockdown combo. If the opponent starts blocking high, then go to 2B for the low option. This move will scale better than JA and leads into a standard combo. If your opponent does block the 2B, you can still go into Rachel's 6B or 5BB, which is also jump cancelable on hit or block. The JA overhead will not be instant however, and you must use the 3 direction for the drive. 2C acts more like a DP rather than an anti-air. Rachel has full guard points from frame 5 to 35 and will shock the opponent if hit. This move cannot be special cancelled on hit or block and is minus 34. 6A is an anti-air with guard point rather than head invuln. This move can also be used in combos with instant air dash JB JC. 4B is an overhead that is mainly used after the 6A instant air dash combo route. You can also use this far away and catch an opponent off guard by using your drive to move forward. 3C is a sweep that normally has 3 hits. If you hold the move, it gets 7 hits. This is mainly used as combo enders to set up George. You can move further with 6D and pick the opponent up with 2D to combo. The fight against Rachel can be a frustrating one due to her movement options, zoning, and 50-50 pressure. The most important factor when dealing with Rachel is knowing how much wind gauge she has. It is unrealistic to block every 50-50 mix, but even one block of the instant overheads is huge since Rachel has to spend an extra resource. Rachel loses some of her potential when she is low on wind gauge. When dealing with Rachel full screen, you need to get in on her before she can generate her entire wind gauge. This means you need to maneuver through George, rods, and bats. If you can, try to bait Rachel by running towards the rod and backdash. It's obviously very bad to be directly on top of a rod when she activates it. Most of the time, full screen, she'll transform the rods into bats. This does depend on the matchup, but most 3C normals are able to deal 750 damage in order to kill George. Sometimes Rachel will jump in with George. If she does this, use a move that does not whiff on the ground to cover her and the frog. If Rachel has her instant overhead pressure down, then it's impossible to fuzzy jump out of the block string. However, this is not gapless. If you have a reversal, you can challenge after the 5B. If you instant block 5B, you can challenge with an anti-air. Some Rachel players to watch are the Arm, Tetsuo, and Eno. Bioweapon created from Jubei, a member of the Kaka tribe, Taokaka is an extremely mobile character with multi-direction dashes, triple jump, projectiles, corner carry, and multi-hitting specials. Taokaka is tied for the lowest health in the game, but makes up for it with versatile movement and dash attacks with follow-up attacks and bounces. Taokaka's drive is Dancing Edge. All of Taokaka's drive normals launch her in a straight line direction. She can cancel her drive on hit or block and cancel on whiff using A, B, or C. Taokaka will also bounce off her opponents either back or forwards by holding 6. Certain follow-ups are used in combos, and Tao can either continue her pressure with a forward bounce or retreat with the back. Taokaka's overdrive, almost becoming 2, creates a shadow clone that will perform any normal or special that Tao does. Her moves essentially get 2 hits, and this increases both her damage, pressure, and combo routes. In addition to the clone, all normals can cancel into any other normal. Almost all specials are jump cancelable on hit or block, all normals are jump cancelable, and repeatable special moves can be held indefinitely. Each of Taokaka's drive normals take up an air action. From the ground, Taokaka can use 3 different drive attacks before landing on the ground. A, B, and C are follow-ups that affect Tao's position on hit, block, or whiff during any drive attack. The A follow-up stops Tao and makes her land. On whiff, Tao is generally advantageous, but on block is -2 at best. The B follow-up side swaps. On block, this follow-up is -5. This follow-up is mainly used after 2D and J8D to create a cross-up with any air normal. The C follow-up makes Tao jump in place. On block, this follow-up leaves her +2. From here, she can either continue her pressure or retreat and reset neutral. If you use this too often, you might get anti-aired. 5D is a straightforward dash that is mainly used for combos and to start block strings. 2D launches Tao upwards at a 45-degree angle. This can be used as an anti-air, but can also be used with the B follow-up to create a cross-up. 4D is a jump attack that has an active hitbox until landing. If you use the B follow-up on this move, you can air dash forward for pressure or back to retreat. J2D, JD, and J8D are air dashes that go down, forwards, and upwards. These are straightforward tools and combos and for chasing the opponent in the air. J2D is also used for a combo ender. J4D has Tao dash to the ground then back up at a 45-degree angle. The downwards dash only hits airborne opponents. Because she returns to the ground, Tao refreshes 2 air actions. 214D, Cat Jump, is a command jump that can also cross up the opponent. Tao can quickly use an air normal for a cross up. J214D or drive into the wall, Sticky Kitty makes Tao cling to the wall and fall slowly. If you release drive, she will fall. If you press 6, she leaps forward. If this is done mid-screen, Tao will be dragged along with the invisible wall if the opponent runs forward. Tao can use this to either get out of the corner or steal the corner. Charge to 8, Trick Edge, has Tao jump to the wall behind her, then leap towards the opponent. If you hold 2 during the retreat, Tao will attack towards the ground at a 45-degree angle. You can also cancel this move with A, B, or C. 63214 A, B, or C. Kitty Litter Special throws out a projectile at 3 different arcs and speeds. The A version sends out the projectile in an arc. This version can throw out 4 random items: doll, pillow, bomb, or apple. The pillow and bomb both have 2 hits on hit or block. The B version throws the projectile straight forward and fast. Tao can either throw a fish, hammer, or baseball. If the baseball misses, it reappears from the side Tao threw it from. The hammer will stagger the opponent on counter hit. The C version will always throw a bowling ball that rolls on the ground until it hits the opponent or Tao gets hit. If Tao charges this move, the bowling ball gets 3 hits rather than 2. All of Taokaka's other specials can cancel into drive normals on hit or block and are repeatable. 236A, Cat Spirit 1 is a fast slash that can be done up to 10 times. This is mainly used to add damage to combos or catch opponents delay teching. J236B, Cat Spirit 2, is a kick attack that can be done up to 5 times. This move does wall splat in the corner and used as either a combo extender or combo ender. The 5th hit has more hit stun than the other 4 hits. 236C, Cat Spirit 3, is a slow 2-hit slash. If you charge the move, the first slash becomes an overhead. This can be used for crouching confirms and mix-ups with the B follow-up. B, during 236A or C, Cat Spirit Encore is a low attack that cancels the A or C slash. This is generally safe on block if done from a distance. This is mainly used during 236C to fake out the overhead. This can only combo with RC. 22C, Slashy Slashy, does good damage, can absorb projectiles, and remains active if held. This can be used to catch no-techs and set up a wall of active hitboxes. 236-236D, Hexa Edge, is a ground combo ender that can also be used as a reversal. 214-214C, I'ma beat the crap out of you, is a command grab super that tracks the opponent and almost reaches full screen. She is fully invincible until she lands, but whiffs on crouching and high jumping opponents. J236-236D, Unison Nyaibu, is an air combo ender that side swaps. 5A and 5B have unique Gatling properties. 5A and B cannot Gatling into 2A or B, but can Gatling into 2C or 3C for the low option. These 2 options can reverse beat, meaning you can either do 5A-BA or 5B-AB. 5C is a good move to use in combos and in block strings. This is also jump cancelable on hit or block. 2C will vacuum the opponent on hit or block, but is a mid. You can use this frame trap with a special or go into a drive normal to continue pressure. 3C is a 3-hit sweep. All 3 hits are low attacks, but can be cancelled with a special at any time. This is a go-to combo ender since it leads into a safe jump. 6A is a standard 2-hit anti-air. 6B is an overhead that has low invuln. This move can combo with J236B or any drive normal. Taokaka's movement can be very hard to follow, especially in a block string, but understanding Tao's options on her drive can help counter her approaches easier. One of the many checks you will need to look out for is the B follow-up. Remember, on block, Tao is -5, meaning you should take your turn. If she goes for a cross-up with 2D or J8D, get ready to anti-air. If Tao goes for the C follow-up, you can also anti-air her then. When dealing with 236C-B mix, you can fuzzy jump this option, but only if you regular block. Wait for the full animation to start. Tao can instantly go into the low to catch up-backs. Once you see the wind-up, then you can jump safely. Depending on the matchup, it's best not to throw out buttons in neutral, since Tao can easily whiff punish. From full screen, you can try to intercept drive normals and let Tao make a mistake on her approaches. Some Taokaka players to watch are Ego, Control-Alt-WTF, and Zezols. The red double of Sector 7, Tager, is the grappler of Blazblue. As with most grapplers, he does not have a forward dash, air dash, nor double jump. While he has big buttons, he himself is also very large. Despite having low mobility, Tager has the ability to pull the opponent closer to him if they are hit by his drive moves. Tager's drive is Voltic Battler. Tager's drive moves on hit or block apply magnetism stacks on the opponent. This is indicated by the static effect. While magnetized, opponents will be pulled towards Tager whenever he uses certain moves, such as drive normals, 6A, command grab, and etc. Magnetism goes away after a set time, but the timer stacks when hit by multiple drive hits. Tager also has a second gauge for his projectile. The gauge builds up passively or can be charged with 214D. When full, Tager can shoot a spark bolt that goes through most projectiles and applies magnetism. Tager's overdrive, Voltic Field, will increase the rate of the Spark Bolt gauge, constantly pull and magnetize opponents to Tager, Drive normals gain projectile guard point, and all magnetism moves apply the max amount of stacks. Tager has the longest backdash in the game, being 27 frames, but his backdash is invuln from frames 1 to 20. You can use this on Wake Up or get out block strings and attempt to go for a punish. 2-2D, Gadget Finger, can only be used if the opponent is knocked down. You can use this to end combos or a command grab and apply extra magnetism. This can also be used in combos or Oki by pulling and rolling opponents. 360A, Gigantic Tager Driver, is Tager's fastest command grab. This move has iframes from frames 3 to 6. This move will pull and magnetize opponents. You can also 2-2D after the move. 360B, Wedge Catapult, is a slower command grab that is invuln from frames 6 to 30. The opponent is thrown and wall bounces back to Tager. You can either go for a combo or do another 360B for unburstable damage. 623C, Atomic Collider, is an anti-air command grab that is head invuln from frames 4 through 15. Magnetized opponents in the air will be sucked towards the hand. This can also be used on whiff to combo magnetize opponents. J360C, Air Driver, is another air grab that pulls in magnetized air opponents. 214D, Voltic Charge, is not an attack and builds up the Spark Bolt meter. This move can be held to build up more meter. This move also has high, mid, and projectile guard point. 4126D or 623D, Spark Bolt is a fast projectile that beats out most projectiles, applies magnetism, and can be comboed off of. The 41236 version goes forward, while the 623 version is sent up diagonally. 236A, A Sledgehammer, is a short-range dash attack that has -4 on block. This is mainly used in combos, but does have projectile guard point from frames 1 through 23. 236B, B Sledgehammer, can be held and covers more distance than the A version. This move also has head, body, and projectile guard point. After any Sledgehammer or guarding with 214D, 236A is an additional attack that is an overhead. This move is punishable on block and used as an ender, or used rarely, for mix-ups. 720C, Genesect Emerald Tager Buster, is a command grab super that is invuln from frames 1 through 6. This move can be used as a reversal, pulls in magnetized opponents, and does 4,620 damage flat. 236-236B, Magna Tech Wheel, is another reversal super that is mainly used in combos. This move will pull and magnetize opponents, and Taker also moves forward. If you have another 50 heat, you can go into 236-236B to do an additional attack, Terra Break. This generally isn't used often, and mainly used to end longer combos or rounds. All of Taker's drive normals apply magnetism on hit or block, and pull and magnetize opponents. 5D is a far-reaching poke used to end block strings and can be special cancelled. 4D is a fast but short-range hit that is -1 on block. You can use this to reset into a command grab or pull in opponents on Wake Up. 2D is a slow startup engage tool that has +2 on block. Tager can go into a command grab, but this will cause the grab to be techable. Tager can also catch jumps with 3C or start with any other button for his pressure. JD is an air hit that can be used from full screen to pull and magnetize opponents. 6A is a chargeable mid hit that has mid, high, and projectile guard point. This move will also pull in opponents on hit, pull and magnetize opponents, and is air unblockable. This is best used after 2-2D to catch air backdash. 6C is a 28 frame overhead. This move is jump cancelable on hit and punishable on block. J2C temporarily halts Tager's air momentum and best used in combos or to catch anti-airs. 3C is a sweep that is used to catch opponents trying to jump away from Tager. This can confirm into 2-2D to magnetize the opponent. If already magnetized, you can combo by whipping 623C into 5C. Tager has many armored moves, but they all lose to lows and grabs. 6A, 236B, and 214D are all super armor attacks to look out for. The main goal when fighting against Tager is to not get magnetized. If you see the Spark Bolt meter full, play cautiously and don't play too aggressive. 2D should be avoided with a high jump and attempt to reset neutral. If you're caught in 2-2C knockdown, you will need to be cautious of the Oki. If you stand still, Tager might try to command grab you. Jump and punish with an air hit. Tager can read your jump in or air dash back with either 6A or 3C. Whenever you fuzzy jump, remember to a barrier to avoid the unblockable hits. Delay teching gives you more time to assess the situation, but Tager can potentially catch you no teching with another 2-2D. As a grappler, Tager needs to make a read for his Oki, so don't be too predictable, try to stay within your own effective range, and call out any armored moves. Some Tager players to watch are Barrel, Mass Spam, and Mustache Villain. Renowned doctor and scientist, Litchi, is a character with two modes that has zoning, set play, good mobility, hard to punish moves, corner carry, and strong neutral game. Litchi is able to control a staff which determines which mode she is in. This staff has its uses for pressure, movement, and mix-ups. Litchi's drive is Mantanbu. Litchi carries a staff with her. Her B and C normals change if she has the staff equipped or unequipped. Using drive normals or certain specials sends out or re-equips the staff. Litchi's overdrive, the Great Wheel, increases the staff's size, constantly spins in a circle, and follows Litchi. The staff acts independently from Litchi and she also gains buffs. In overdrive, Litchi is in staffless mode and exiting overdrive puts her in staff mode. The staff attacks in the direction of a drive press. All normals rally into other normals and all normals except 6C are jump cancelable. When recalling the staff, there are two trajectories it can go. The vertical launch will send the staff forward then loop around to the ground back to Litchi. The horizontal launch will travel across the ground forward then back. Different moves that set the staff determine the recall angle of the staff. I will mention which angle a move sets the staff. 5D sets the staff on Litchi's position or recalls the staff. This sets the staff vertically. 2D sets the staff on Litchi's position or recalls the staff. This sets the staff horizontally. 6D is a mid-shoulder tackle that has +3 on block. This is a good knowledge check tool and allows you to maintain pressure while also setting your staff. This move sets the staff horizontally. 4D is an overhead attack that moves Litchi forward. This move is -6 on block up close and is more advantageous the further it hits. This sets the staff vertically. JD is a common zoning tool that halts Litchi's air momentum to send the staff down at a 60-degree angle. This is a good poke to check opponents running in. This move sets the staff horizontally. You can also recall the staff with JD. J2D sends Litchi straight down with a mid hit then low. This is mainly used for instant air dash crossups and it's +7 on block. This move sets the staff vertically. For 1, 2, 3, 6 A, B, or C, Itsu puts Litchi in a stance that grants guard point against highs, mids, and projectiles. Holding the button delays the attack. The A version goes up, which is good for anti-airs and combos, the B version goes straight forward, which is good for frame trapping, and the C version goes down and is a low. 623D, Tsubami Gaishi, is a DP that can only be done when the staff is equipped. The throw itself has 3 hits and then the staff comes down for another hit. If Litchi is hit before the staff drops, it loses its hitbox. This move sets the staff vertically and cannot be rapid cancelled. 214B or C, Ranchan, has Litchi kick the staff into the air and falls at an arc. This is a combo tool but also used to cover air dashes. This move sets the staff vertically. 623D or 421D, Kodogaishi, moves the already set staff right or left respectively. Moving the staff forward will set the staff vertically, while moving the staff backwards will set the staff horizontally. 236A, B or C, Haku, Hatsu, and Chun are mix-up and combo tools. The A version is a low kick that combos into 236B or C. 236B is an air launcher that gains more hit stun if used as the last Rekka. 236C is an overhead that is -8 on block. This can also be done into 236A or B and mainly used as combo filler. 421C, Kanchan is an engage, combo, and cross-up tool. Without holding the move, Litchi charges forward and knocks the opponent away. This wall splats in the corner. Holding the button will cross up the opponent and then attack. This move is +1 on block and grants a combo opportunity. For 1236D, Shinshin is a slower but multi-hitting version of the staff recall. The horizontal recall has 4 hits and the vertical recall has 7. The staff keeps spinning even if Litchi gets hit. 6214A, Raichi, has Litchi jump towards her staff. If on screen, Litchi will jump on top of the staff. She can air dash, jump off, or fall off the staff. This move also has 4 follow-up attacks that are used in combos and similar to 236A, B, and C. Ipatsu A is a mid-hit that will scoop the opponent. This is mainly combo filler. Ipatsu B is a relauncher that is also combo filler. Ipatsu C is Litchi's overhead kick and mainly used as a combo ender. Ipatsu D has Litchi slide down the staff with an overhead hit and is +5 on block. This is similar to her J2D. 6214B, Raichi B, has Litchi jump towards the staff then kicks it towards the opponent. This kick maintains the staff's current mode. 6214C, Raichi C, has Litchi jump to the staff then springs towards the opponent. 6428C, Ryuiso, is a combo ending and reversal super. This is mainly used after DPs. 62146C, Jinroto, is another reversal and combo ending super. This move has 2 versions depending if she has her staff or not. Holding drive during the staff version places the staff horizontally and goes into her staffless ender. 62146D, Kokushi, transforms the staff into a dummy that has 2 different attacks. Vertical staff is an upwards attack mainly used as combo filler. Horizontal staff has the dummy attack 13 times for a lockdown pressure. 6A is an overhead attack that is -2 on block. This move has more reach if Litchi has her staff equipped. Staff 6C is a 4-hit mid attack that fatal counters. Unstaff 6C has Litchi attack up forwards, then goes into a second overhead kick. 4B is her anti-air option. The staff version has higher vertical reach but is more negative on block. Litchi can be a real pain to fight since she has both good zoning tools and close range pressure. However, Litchi has to commit to a mode which grants both benefits and weaknesses. While in staff mode, Litchi does have more range, but her moves are slower and she lacks some mix-ups. While staffless, Litchi's moves have less range but have better recovery. She also loses access to her DP. Litchi's DP may be strong, but is just as punishable as any other DP. If you block the initial hit, you have enough time to either land a long-reaching normal or micro dash in before the staff comes back down. While the staff is set, you might want to position yourself in between Litchi and the staff. This way, you can cover her option of jumping towards the staff, and the only attack worth looking out for is the recall. 41236 A, B, and C does not guard against low attacks. When Litchi recalls her staff, the horizontal and vertical have different hit properties. The vertical recall has a hitbox going away and refreshes coming back, so be ready to block 2 times. The horizontal recall only has 1 hit. If you block it going away, then you won't have to worry about its return. But if you avoid it coming towards you, then the return will still maintain its hitbox. If you hit Litchi during the recall, then the staff stops and drops close to Litchi. The staff will maintain its current mode. Some Litchi players to watch are Yuri, Galileo, and EX1 Star. A Sector 7 scientist turned into an insect-filled blob, Arakune is a unique character with teleport dashes, evasive cornerscapes, zoning tools, mix-ups, and an unblockable. While Arakune plays a keep-away game, he wants to find an opening to fill up his curse gauge. Once filled, Arakune controls neutral with his barrage of bugs. Arakune's drive is Crimson. Arakune's drive and certain specials fill up the curse meter on hit or block. If the curse meter is full, Arakune's button presses summon 4 types of insects with combo and block pressure applications. A bug comes from behind the opponent, bounces, has 1 hit, and has large hit and block stun. B bug has 3 hits and comes from the ground and goes up 45 degrees. C bug must be barrier blocked and enters away, then comes towards Arakune in an arc, pulling in opponents. Dry bug comes down from the ceiling, then back up. Down portion multi-hits, and the rise is unblockable. Bugs will not come out until you release the button. Bugs can't be summoned if Arakune is in hit or block stun. Once the curse gauge reaches 0, Arakune has to wait for all bugs to be off the screen and must be in a neutral state. Arakune's Overdrive, Crimson Depths, automatically inflicts curse with any existing curse meter. The curse meter will also deplete half as fast, drive moves add double the curse, and Arakune's supers are enhanced. If you have curse meter, then this Overdrive basically grants you neutral control. First, let's talk about movement. Arakune's forward and back walk are fairly slow. Even his jumps and falling speed are floaty. However, Arakune has fast and tricky movement options at his disposal. Arakune's backwards and forward dashes are teleports that can sideswap with the opponent. Arakune also has access to 2 air dashes. If Arakune uses his double jump, then he can only air dash once. If up against the wall, corner, or invisible, Arakune can dash into it and teleport to the other side. Arakune's main goal is to always get curse. He can achieve this by either landing straight hits or pokes, but can generate half to full curse with practical combos. 5D is a standard mid hit. While this does have its uses in combos, it's better as a blockstring tool since it's jump cancelable on hit or block. 1, 2, and 3D send out a bug that does not have a hitbox until it comes out of the ground. Overall, not that impressive, but can be used for zoning every now and then. 6C and JD are your important curse normals for combos. 6C has a hitbox on Arakune's head that launches the opponent into a set distance summoned bug. This move is also jump cancelable, but if you jump cancel too early, the bug will not spawn. JD summons a bug from the ground. There are 5 different locations that the bug can spawn from: 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, or 6. Usually after 60, jump cancel and go for 60. This can loop in the corner for full curse. 236D, Zero Vector, is a must-use special. This move summons 1 of 3 clouds that last for 15 seconds or goes away if Arakune is hit. If the opponent comes into contact with the cloud, they will passively build up the curse meter. Type A is a round cloud that tracks the opponent. Type B is a ring that tracks Arakune, used for more aggressive teleports and block pressure gameplay. Type C is a flat cloud that will track the opponent but remains above them. 22A, B, and C, Permutation, and R summons a spider from the ceiling to the ground and builds up curse meter on hit or block. This is a good poke and combo tool. Wild Curse, 226D, A plus or minus B, sends out a tracking cloud and a must-use tool after a 6A knockdown. This move lasts until curse ends or Arakune is hit and reduces all horizontal movement. J236C, Y2 is an 8-hit attack that is mainly used for combos, while Curse, the optimal confirm, is 6C bug into 5 or 6D bug. 236B equals 0 turns Arakune invisible. This is mainly used after a knockdown to make his Oki harder to read. The invisibility ends when Arakune is hit, blocks, or his physical attacks hit. 2 and 4 A, B, or C, if P then Q, are movement options that mimic other Arakune's tools. If the opponent is close while Arakune is in the move, then Arakune will go for a hit grab that will wrap the opponent in the cocoon. This move has 6 variations including the air version. 2 and 4A jumps up and teleports down forward. 2 and 4B shares Arakune's walking animation then teleports back, and 2 and 4C teleports him forward in the air. 236C, F inverse, is a reversal and combo ending super. Arakune can move while active to reposition the beam. J2 and 4, 2 and 4D, F of G, summons a pool on the ground that summons bees. This move has 24 hits and each of the Bs builds up the curse meter. This is best used as a full screen punish or used for Oki when your curse is about to run out. 236-236D during curse, F equals, summons a giant moth that will travel back and forth across the screen. The super isn't used often since it's inconsistent for combos and pressure. 5A is a long-reaching 6-frame poke with good reach. On hit, your go-to confirm is either 5B or 6B. 2A is a long-reaching low attack but has 10-frame startup. This is fairly slow. 5B is a 3-hit move that is used for either combo filler, block strings, or frame trap by late canceling into 5A. 6B is a go-to hit confirm since it leads into a standard curse combo. This move has mid guard point and knocks the opponent away. To confirm, jump cancel into J60. 5C is a large anti-air attack. 2C is a low dash attack that has 5 hits. Only the first hit is a low. This move is unsafe close, but plus if spaced correctly. On hit, you can combo into 6D. 6A is a standing overhead that is either used to start or end combos. During a curse combo, especially in the corner, use this to knock down an airborne opponent and set up for a cross-up attempt. 6C is another overhead attack that has 2 more follow-up attacks that are mids. If used as the starter, then all 3 hits will combo into each other. If used in the middle, you'll most likely need bugs and curse to link the hits together. JB is a multi-hitting overhead attack that is used from jump-cancelled instant air dashes or in combos. J6A, B, or C moves Arakune forward with a hitbox on the beat. This is mainly used to either challenge air-to-airs or in combos. On hit, you'll generally confirm into J2T6C. J2A, B, or C is a movement option first and attack second. The A version has Arakune move forward, B goes slightly back, and C is a full retreat. You can use this move with curse in the corner to set up for a left-right mix-up with bugs. Fighting against Arakune is a game of cat and mouse. You will need to chase him down and prevent him from setting up his 236D. However, you need to be aware of his fast forward moving attacks. Understanding Arakune's movement options will help you react or anticipate if Arakune will teleport, corner escape, or go for a mix-up. 214B is a common check to see how the opponent will react. Since it shares his walking animation, it will bait throws or close attacks. If done close, first run up close and barrier. If you trigger the hit, then you know it was 214B and can reset neutral or chase him down. If nothing happens, get ready to attack. The most important bugs to remember are C and D bug. C bug must be barrier blocked. If D bug comes down, you must either block standing or run away. Only the upwards attack is air unblockable. For 2-2A, B, and C, the spider loses the hitbox when repelling up, so don't be afraid of moving in the air once it misses. For a safe burst, if Arakune goes 6D into J60, burst when Arakune goes to the J60, the bug will whiff and Arakune won't be able to follow up or punish. Some Arakune players to watch are Soji, Breaker Dave, and Ver. Ninja and Vigilante, Bang, is a fast and mobile rushdown character with multi-use projectiles, 2 air dashes, 8-way dash cancels, command grab, super armor, and good air normals. Bang can play an evasive runaway game, but can also engage somewhat safely with the use of its nails, which both serve as projectiles and dash bumpers. He can also super armor through pressure to challenge his opponent. Bang's drive is Burning Heart. Bang's drive normals have guard point on them before attacking. If Bang does guard an attack, he can follow it with either A, B, C, or D for a follow-up attack. Bang has 4 drive normals. Landing 1 on hit lights up the corresponding seal, 5D Fu, 6C Rin, JD Ka, and 2D Zan. The lit drive seals will increase its damage by 20%. If all seals are lit, then all drive normals will deal 25% more damage and Bang gets access to his full screen teleport command grab super, Ultra Technique Shadow Step Strike. Bang's overdrive, Fu Ring Kazan, denies access to regular blocking, but gains access to an 8-way dash. This dash can cancel any normal or special. Some of Bang's moves have enhanced properties which help in combos. While in overdrive, he also gains buffs based on the lit seals. 5D gives 4 air dashes, 6D makes dashes projectile invuln, JD increases Bang's damage by 20%, and 2D gives drive normals full guard point and Bang can block while dashing. As mentioned earlier, Bang has 2 air dashes. If Bang double jumps, he can only air dash once. If Bang uses an air action, he can't double jump and can only air dash again. Bang also has a resource that is limited per round, his nails. These nails can either be used as projectiles, bumpers, or set play tools. J236A, B, C, or D, Bang-style shuriken, are projectiles set at varying angles that have multiple applications. For A, B, and C nail, if you press drive also, you will throw out 3 nails instead of 1 in a cone shape. The A nail applies a poison effect on hit and uses 1 nail. This travels at a high angle close to Bang and comes out the fastest. B nail has 2 hits, one physical and the second being an explosion. This move travels near a 45-degree angle and another engaged tool. C nail is angled down towards the ground and traps the opponent in a web on hit. This is mainly a combo tool that is used for seal unlocking combos. D nail sends out 3 regular nails in a cone-shaped direction. The 3 nails also bounce off the ground, which can cover air dashes or upbacks. You can press drive with A, B, or C nail, but you will not get the ground bounce effect. 2 and 4 A, B, C, or D, set nail / bumper, uses up 1 nail to place a bumper on the screen. When Bang is near the bumper, inputting a direction has Bang dash in said direction, giving him access to an 8-way dash. Each bumper has 3 uses. 632 and 46B, Bang Steel Rain, summons an umbrella that will track the opponent. This move initially uses up 1 nail and will continue to consume up to 3 nails to rain down nails from above. This is a last-ditch Oki tool to end a round. 623C and J623C, Bang's Void Tempest Kick, EX, are command grabs. These moves grab grounded and airborne opponents respectively. 623B or J623B, Bang's Unstoppable or Heavenly Double Palm Thrust are mainly combo tools that are safe on block. 623B will ground slide on hit, and J623B will wall splat in the corner. J22A, Musasabi, is a float cancel. This has its uses both in pressure and zoning. If used in pressure, input down, up forward, then down again, and the A press will give you Musasabi, which will give you overhead pressure. 236-236A, Ashura, is a reversal super that has high damage vertical hitbox and limited horizontal range. 236-3214C, Daifunka, is a combo ending and reversal super that has slower startup than Ashura. This super also corner carries your opponent. 236-236D, Shibugeki, can only be used once all 4 seals have been unlocked. Upon activation, Bang will teleport behind the opponent and command grab them. 2A is a solid low poke mainly used to get pressure started. The move has 7 frame startup and -2, but still useful for tick throws and stagger pressure. 2B and 5B are mid hits that are standard in block strings and combos. 2B moves Bang forward, then back, making it a good poke tool. If you cancel into 5B, then Bang will advance forward, which helps against push blocks. 5B is jump cancelable on hit or block, meaning you can either go for instant air dash pressure, or go for pressure resets with J22A. It's best to go from 2B into 5B, since 5B has more Gatling options. 5C is an overhead that is used as a combo starter, and hard to combo into unless you use J236C. This move can combo into 6A. 6A is a slow low kick that is +1 on block. This is a go-to pressure reset tool and used to combo off of 5C. 6B is another overhead attack that is only -1 on block. This move cannot be comboed off of unless you RC or get a counter hit, but you can still use this for a low-high mix with 2C into 6B, or go for a double overhead with 5C into 6B. 6C is mainly a combo filler move that will only hit standing opponents. On hit, the general confirm is instant air dash into JC into J2C. 3C is a fast low slide that is mainly good for whip punishing, but this move is -9 on block and cannot be special cancelled. JB is a standard air-to-air button. J4B is a cross-up attack that is mainly used after instant air dash. This move does hit behind Bang and does vacuum the opponent on hit or block. JC is mainly used as combo filler or a neutral. This will usually link into J2C. This move is angled towards the ground and airborne opponents will be knocked towards the ground. All of Bang's drive normals are punishable on block. If you guard a hit, pressing A, B, or C will teleport you behind the opponent at varying distances. Pressing drive will cause a slow startup explosion that can be comboed off of. 5D is the fastest drive normal and mid hit. On hit, you can instant air dash into JC into J2C. 2D has the longest amount of guard point. On hit, this will launch the opponent and jump cancelable. You can combo into JD. 6D is the slowest drive normal that moves Bang forward. This is a low hit and jump cancelable on hit. JD is an overhead attack that is mainly used in combos. On hit, you can usually combo into J236C and land 5C into another drive normal to unlock more seals. Due to Bang's double air dash and nails, he is a very hard character to chase in the air and controls most of the area below and in front of him. As evasive as he is, Bang's approaches are straightforward and needs to use up resources to attempt to get in. You can attempt to play patient and let Bang use up his nails without getting much reward. Bang also lacks mirrorless reversals. Most of the time, you'll need to look out for drive in your block strings and react accordingly. Even if Bang successfully guards a move, you can still block if it was a fast normal or jump cancelable move. If you are aware of when Bang is using a drive, then this makes it much easier to punish his guard points. If Bang has unlocked all his seals, you need to play very respectful towards 236-236D super. If you throw out a move or burn both jumps, you'll be coffer free and have no counter options. If Bang uses 236-236D raw, you have some options to get out. If you are standing, you can simply jump after the super flash. If you are in the air, your only option to get out of this super is to overdrive. Some Bang players to watch are Dora Bang, Greek Angel, and Fuku. The son of Relius and Vigilante, Carl is a puppet character who uses his sister Ada to help him fight with projectile, oppressive pressure, zone control, unblockables, set play, and mix-ups. While Carl has some good tools on his own, a majority of his mix-ups, combos, and pressure all rely on Ada, which he can control the position of at any time. Carl's drive is automation. While inactive, Ada stands idle and cannot be hit. When Carl holds drive, Ada activates and has an active hurt box, meaning she can block attacks and push both Carl and the opponent. Carl can move Ada left or right while in the middle of his own moves, which is crucial for setting up combos or Oki situations. Ada also has her own life bar that depletes after getting hit or uses a move. Reaching 0 health disables Ada for a short period. Ada will also recover health while inactive. Carl cannot control Ada while in block stun, and if Carl gets hit or blocked, most of Ada's moves will cancel. Carl's overdrive, Synchro High Speed, grants Ada new properties on all of her attacks, increases the walk speed of Ada, increases meter recovery, and Carl gains access to 632146D Super. To activate Ada, pressing and holding any direction of drive will control her. Releasing drive in any non-neutral direction will cause Ada to attack and use up her gauge. The orientation of her moves is based on Carl's position. In a sandwich situation, if Carl is on the right and you want to use Ada's 60, you must actually input 4D. 60 is a forward punch that causes a ground slide. This is mainly used in either a sandwich position or in the corner to continue a corner combo. The go to confirm is 6B into 6A. 4D is a slash that vacuums the opponent, fatal counters, and a same side combo tool. Just like with 60, the go to confirm is 6B into 6A. This can also be used on an airborne opponent to side swap. 2D is a 4-hit attack that uses up a lot of Ada gauge, but great for Oki. Usually off a JC Ender or in the corner, simply pressing 2D will give you reversal save Oki. 3D is a 6-hit attack that is first a low, then mid. This is mainly used in the corner to set up for an unblockable. This is mainly done in combos to reset, but can also be done in a block string. 8D has Ada clap in the air. The clap itself has a hitbox, and the shockwave has an additional hit. This is used in either neutral to catch jump-ins or in mid-screen combos to extend the corner carry. This must be barriered. 2D, La Campanella, teleports Ada behind Carl. This is a reposition tool. 623D, Con Brio, is another anti-air attack that covers forward and above Ada. This must be barriered and has applications for lockdown and combos. 63214D, Con Anima, sends Ada forward and will go for a hit throw when close to the opponent. This is mainly used in combos to sideswap. 41236D, Con Fuoco, is a 5-hit attack that is either used to corner carry the opponent or used to cross up for Oki with Carl's 236A or B. 421D, Volante, has Ada send out a projectile that travels continuously. This move, like all others, can be performed while Ada is off-screen. The only indicator the opponent has is the startup sound. Another tool Carl has that no one else in the cast can do is combo up a counter assault consistently. While performing the counter assault, use either 4 or 60 and convert into an air combo that will grant you a knockdown. While this does little to no damage, you get positional advantage and a knockdown for Oki. This is referred to as dangerous defense. Carl only has 3 special moves. 226A or B, Vivace, are dashes that can pass through the opponent. The A version is shorter and only has projectile invuln. The B version has mid and high invuln and travels farther. This is mainly used after a knockdown in combination with either 2D or 41236D for a cross-up. 623C, Cantabili, is a mid-hit that is mainly used to combo. On hit, Carl remains in place and the opponent is knocked into the air. This is a prime tool to move Ada and needs 4 or 60 to combo. J214C, Allegretto, is a multi-hit air combo ender that sends the opponent mid-screen. This resets neutral or pushes the opponent into the corner. 6321446C, Letabilis Cantata, is a combo-ending super. The projectile does not go away even if Carl is hit and Ada can move freely. 236236D, Rhapsody of Memories, is a lockdown super that has Ada attack 11 times. Hitting Ada or Carl does not stop this super. 214214D, Fermata, is mainly used as a combo-ending super. Only in overdrive, 6321446D, Arpeggio of Oblivion, is another combo-ending super that has very high minimum damage scaling. 2A and 5A are both generic and fast jabs. However, when sandwiched between Ada and the opponent in the corner, you can have Ada push Carl forward to negate the effects of barrier block and continuously attack. 5B and 2B are both solid moves to use in block strings and combos. Pressing B again will follow up into 6B. 6B is another low hit that hits close to the ground and used to pick up 4D or 60 hits. 6A and 2C are your anti-air options. 6A comes out faster and mainly used after 623C to combo in the air. 2C is 3 frames slower, has a smaller hitbox, but will also launch standing opponents. 60 is a slow standing overhead that can be done with 3D to go for a reactable unblockable setup. You can also combo this with 623C. 3C is a standard sweep used to end combos into supers. JC is an air combo ender that sends an airborne opponent straight down. This is also a decent air to ground move. J2C sends Carl down with a vertical hitbox. On hit or block, Carl will bounce and remain in the air. This is either used for instant air dash crossups or used to set up for the 3D unblockable. Playing against Carl can be overwhelming since it's basically a 2v1. However, Carl trades all of his offensive tools for no defense tools. He has no true reversal, so if he gets separated from Ada, he can't really do much. To fight against Carl, you need to understand Ada's attacks and know when you can attack to either deplete Ada's gauge or call out Carl for an unsafe action. Whenever Ada is active, she can be hit repeatedly. Keep in mind that you can cancel Ada's attacks by hitting her during the startup. This means if Carl uses Ada from far, you should try to fit in as many attacks before Ada strikes. Depending on the matchup and moves, multi-hitting and jump cancelable moves do very well at depleting Ada's health safely. If used during a block string, you can sometimes catch Carl doing 236A or B if he mistimes 2D or 41236D with a low normal such as 2A. Especially when in the corner, be aware of the counter assault from Carl. This is just standard knowledge and understanding of your opponent's defensive habits. Also be aware of 421D if Ada is off screen. Again, the only real way to know when the move is used is to hear the startup sound. Some Carl players to watch are Psychotic, Jukin67, and Ryusei. One of the 6 heroes in alternate version of Jin, Hakumen, is a neutral-focused character with good pokes, high damage, and tools to deal with pressure and zoning. Hakumen's meter is different from the rest of the cast. He generates stocks called Magatama over time. Magatama is used for Hakumen's specials, supers, and counter assault. He can also generate Magatama with his drive. Hakumen's drive is Zanshin. Hakumen's drive normals are counters that either cause a knockdown or push the opponent away. A successful counter grants Hakumen 1 Magatama. Hakumen can special cancel his drive counters, but this is up to a player preference. Use the Magatama you just earned for a combo, or pressure with the knockdown and save your resources. Hakumen's OD, Kishin, increases the rate at which Hakumen generates Magatama. Especially with active flow, Hakumen can nuke his opponent when given the opportunity. Hakumen can also generate Magatama by hitting a projectile with a sword normal. Upon contact, the projectile will lose its hitbox and generate an orb that has an active hitbox. The orb can absorb more projectiles and remain active. Hakumen's specials all require Magatama. A specials use 1, B specials use 2, and C specials use 3. Supers and counter assault use 4. Hakumen also has the ability to cancel his specials with another special as long as he has the Magatama. 214A, Gurin, is a dash attack that has +1 on block. This move is used to reset pressure, or start a combo by special canceling into 623A. 623A, Kishu, is a dash that has 10 frames of head and body invuln, but loses to lows. This is another tool to dash in and reset pressure. This move also has an A follow-up, Enma. This move has good reach and is a cheap and effective combo starter. J214A, Agito, is a knockdown that is best used for Oki. Hakumen can land with J2C for a safe jump and catch no techs. If Hakumen has an air action, he can act after the end of a move. 226B, Renka, is a low then mid attack that is jump cancelable on hit and block. This is the fastest out of all of the specials and is used to frame trap and confirm combos. J214B, Hotaru, is a combo extension tool. Air dash into J2C, then pick up with 5A into 5B. 41236C, Zentatsu, is a high then low attack. With both hits, Hakumen can convert this into a 4k damage combo. J214C, Tsubaki, is a mid that must be barriered. On regular block, the opponent will be guard crushed and Hakumen will be able to combo. 214D, Yaniki, uses 2 Magatama and is a charge with a counter. Hakumen will still go for the hit grab even on whiff. On hit or block, Hakumen can special cancel to keep himself safe. 236-236D, Kokujin, Yukikaze, is a counter super that does massive damage. On hit, the opponent can't RC or OD to avoid the slash. If Hakumen counters a projectile, the opponent can move and avoid the unblockable strike. When Hakumen has 8 Magatama, he can perform 214-214B, Kokujin Ogi, Mugen. Hakumen's Magatama now becomes a timer that makes Hakumen's specials cost nothing. OD stops the timer, giving Hakumen longer Mugen use. 5D counters mids and overheads. This move can be held, side swaps, and will knock down the opponent. This move can guard against projectiles but does not grant Magatama. You can special cancel out of the hit. 2D and 6D are reversal counters. Both moves come out on frame 1. 2D loses to overheads, and 6D loses to lows. 6D pushes the opponent full screen, while 2D sideswaps and knocks down the opponent. 2B is a gray poke used to start pressure, catch no techs, and can Gatling into 2A normals. This move can also be special cancelled to confirm a hit. 3C is an 8-frame sweep that cannot be special cancelled. This move is best used to either whiff punish or end a ground hit. On counter hit, confirm with 2B. 4C is a long-reaching poke that is good in neutral. On counter hit, you can combo into another 4C, 3C, or special. 6A is a mid that pushes Hakumen forward. By itself is weak, but with the threat of 6B, this becomes an important tool. 6B is an overhead that is safe on block and invuln to lows. If the opponent does not tech, you can catch them with 2B. With the threat of the fast 6B, you can go from 6A into 2B to reset pressure, or go for a special to close the gap. J2A and J2C are good air approach options. These moves also have the added benefit of slashing projectiles. JC is a good air-to-air challenge and is used to end air combos without using Magatama and resets neutral. Hakumen can be grabbed out any of his counter moves. Hakumen only has one Magatama at the start of the round. Hakumen will try to space himself accordingly, so don't run into his C-normals or get countered for free. Hakumen has ground hops rather than a traditional run. Hakumen has poor mobility, and with barrier block is forced to use special moves to get in. Hakumen is fairly honest. Try not to play in his effective range, bait out his counters, and react to his one overhead. Some Hakumen players to watch are Pro Pico, Camellia, and CM Sora. One of the Murakumo units, Nu 13, is Blazblue's original zoner. Nu can control a majority of the screen with full screen projectiles, slow fields, and lockdown super. She can also special cancel certain special moves. Nu wants to stay far away from the opponent and needs to respond to the opponent's approaches. Her sword projectiles will chip away at the opponent's health and patience. Nu's drive is Sword Summoner. All of Nu's drive normals send out sword projectiles. All drive normals have second follow-up attacks. Nu's drive is not only used for zoning, but is also essential in her combos. Nu's overdrive, unlimited drive, summons 2 swords for each drive normal, swords deal chip damage, Gravity Seed recharges faster, and her drive specials have enhanced properties, being able to act parser cancel. As a Murakumo unit, Nu has a backdash that covers a lot of distance. This can get her out of many situations and helps maintain space. Nu also has another movement option called Act Parser. After any drive, 6C, 214A, B, or C, and overdrive 236 or 214D, you can dash cancel her moves. These dashes are set distances that can go through opponents. Grounded, 6-6 goes directly forward. 4-4 teleports Nu backwards and in the air. In the air, 4-4 and 6-6 are air dashes. The air act parsers use up her air action and can only be used if Nu has her double jump / air dash. 214D, Luminous Slave, is a set play and combo tool that tracks the opponent. Without holding drive, the move comes out fast. This is mainly used after a combo to catch rolling opponents. If you hold drive, the sword will not shoot until you press another drive move. This allows you to combo off of J214D and other single hits. If you press C after 214D, the sword will immediately fire. This is mainly used in combos. Overall, this move has great utility and can also be special cancelled into from 236D. 236D, Sickle Storm, is a low projectile that is used in block strings and combos. Uncharged, 236D goes away from Nu. If you press C after 236D, the move will come full screen towards Nu. Both versions are minus on block. Charged 236D comes out slower but grants longer hit stun and is plus on block. All versions of 236D can special cancel into 214D or 214A, B, or C on hit or block. 214A, B, C, Gravity Seed, is not an attack and places a well in the ground that reduces the opponent's horizontal speed by 30% when in the field. This move affects regular movement and momentum-based moves. This move is used for zoning and in combos, usually after 623C or 236DC. This move has low recovery and will allow you to go into 5D. 623C, Super Rage, is an anti-air that only has head invul. This move can cancel into Gravity Seed for an easy combo. J214D, Crescent Saber, is an overhead projectile. Uncharged, this move is -4. The charged version comes out slower but is +8. You can press C after J214D to cancel the move and recover faster. This move can either be used to end air combos or used as an instant overhead. If used as an instant overhead, this move can't combo unless 214D is placed, get a counter hit, or RC. 236-236D, Legacy Edge, is a lockdown super that has 24 hits. You can use this in a combo and run up to push the opponent in the corner. You can also use this in a block string and go for high-low mix-ups. 6321460, Calamity Sword, is a combo ender that adds a minimum of 1k damage. 5D is a straightforward poke good at starting block strings. 6D is angled 30 degrees and is great for catching instant air dashes. You can jump cancel this move and start an air combo. 4D is Nu's only standing overhead. This move gatlings from and into 5D and can even be used in the corner for an off-screen overhead. You can also go for a high-cost mix by RCing the second hit and going into 4D again. J2D is angled 45 degrees and best used to poke from the air on a grounded opponent. On hit or block, you can act parser back or forwards. 5B is a close range kick that has 0 on block and can OTG. This move also has a follow-up when pressing B again, which is also her 6B. 6B is a good poke and her best combo starter. 6B can gatling into 6A, her anti-air. From 6A, you can go into 6C. A standard hit confirm would be 6B, 6A, 6C. All of Nu's C buttons are multi-hitting moves that are used to extend block strings or used as combo filler. Nu has one of the lowest health pools in the game. Don't try to play too aggressive and run in or instant air dash since Nu is looking for you to mess up. You need to play patient and move when there is an opening. Unless in OD, Nu's drive normals don't deal chip damage, meaning there's no reason to barrier. If you block the 5D, 4D, 5D string, Nu will either go for 2 and 4 or 236D. 236D and 236DC are both minus, giving you a window to close the gap. If Nu charges 236D, you can then jump over the wheel. If Nu sets up 2 and 4D, your safest bet is to run up barrier. This will cover a non-charged 2 and 4D, and if it is charged, you can slowly inch your way forward. If Nu has gravity seed out, the worst thing you can do is air dash. This move basically stops you in your tracks and gives Nu a free 6D confirm. If Nu uses 236-236D super, make sure to insta-block it. This super will grant you 10 to 15 heat on average. Even though Nu can be hard to catch with her act parser, it is possible to punish her for her forward versions. Especially cornered, Nu will try to escape. If you can anticipate the dash, you might get a punish off. Some new players to watch are Flux, Yoshiki, and Azure Flame God. Soldier of the Control Organization's Magic Formula Troops, Tsubaki, is a well-rounded character with normals with follow-ups, special cancelable specials, DP, projectile, and good pressure. Tsubaki has special moves with good utility. These special moves can be enhanced by spending a second resource meter tied to her drive. Tsubaki's drive is install. 5D, 2D, and JD all charge up Tsubaki's second gauge. You start with 0 stocks each round and can build up to 5 max. Most of Tsubaki's specials have a drive version which costs 1 stock each. The drive specials are upgrades to their non-enhanced versions and can be special cancelled into on hit, block, or whiff. Tsubaki's overdrive, second install, passively generates stock gauge, increases the charge rate when using a drive normal, and decreases recovery from charging. Passively, Tsubaki will gain 1 stock per second. A, B, C, or D, Sanctus Aquim is a dash attack with 4 variants. The A version is the fastest and is used to confirm weak starters. The B version deals more damage, travels farther, and goes half screen. The C version side swaps and is mainly used in combos. You can RC this move to force left-right mix-ups. The drive version is +2 on block and launches the opponent for a combo opportunity. 2 and 4 B or D, Sanctus Veritas, is a short-reaching dash attack that is mid-invuln at the start of the move. The non-follow-up version will launch the opponent in the air for a combo opportunity. This move is generally special cancelled into from 2 through 6 to combo or keep pressure safe. If done as the follow-up, 214B does not launch the opponent high enough to combo, but the drive version will. 22B or D, Agnes Die, is a slow overhead that is 0 and +3 on block. Both moves are low invuln. The non-follow-up version will knock the opponent high in the air to combo. The B follow-up does not knock them high enough into the air, but does lead into a ground tech trap situation. The drive follow-up can still be comboed off of. Generally on hit, a standard Tsubaki route will go into 236A or B, 2 and 4B, into 22B or D. If 236 is blocked, you can still frame trap if you have 1 stock and cancel into 2 and 4D. For 12A or D, Lux Makto is a slow fireball used to zone or reset pressure. The A fireball has slow startup. The drive version comes out almost twice as fast and can special cancel into 236D. Tsubaki can 236D into the fireball to give her dash projectile guard point. This is a tool used in specific matchups and is hard to use in combos. 623C or D, Benedictus Rex is a standard TP. The drive version has slightly more invuln frames and has slightly less recovery. Both moves can cancel into J236D or J214D on block or whiff. J236A or D, Aquim Elysian, is an air fireball that goes down 45 degrees. This move is used to follow up DP hits. If DP is blocked, you can still spend one stock and cancel into J236D to make yourself harder to punish. J214A, B, C, or D, Lux Eterna, is a mid-dive attack that can combo from J236. A dives the closest, while C and D dive the furthest. The drive version will cause a hard knockdown and is plus if it's the non-follow-up. You can cancel J236D into J214D to enhance the dive. This makes Tsubaki safer on block after a block DP, but is also used to combo into a 236-236 super. 63246C, Sanctus Aerolata, is a standard command grab that will generate 2 stocks on hit. 236-236C or D, Confutatus Maledictus, is a combo-ending super that can also be used as a reversal. The C version has low damage. The dry version will use up all install stocks and increases in damage with each one used. 214-214D, Macto Maledictus, turns the install gauge into a draining timer. During this time, Tsubaki's dry specials will not consume stocks. 632-2146B, Requiem Maledictus, is a lockdown super that has iframes at the middle and the end of the move. The 8 projectiles home in on the opponent. This can be used on knockdown or full screen. Drive isn't used just to build up stocks, but also reset pressure. After most normals, Tsubaki can cancel into drive. For a single tap, this can reduce the recovery frames of certain moves and make her pressure hard to challenge. Tsubaki's B and C normals have second follow-up hits that can be done on hit, block, or whiff. 5B is the longest normal Tsubaki has. This move is generally followed up with 6B or 22B for a high-low mix. 6B is a long-reaching low. This move is usually used to combo off of far-reaching 5B hits and confirm into 236A. 5C has faster startup than 5B, but is shorter. This move is usually -9 on block, but if cancelled into drive, becomes -2. 6A is a standing overhead that forces crouching and combos into 5C. 3C is a far-reaching slide. This move and the follow-up are both unsafe on block, but still has its uses in combos or pressure. 6C is your go-to punish starter that is followed up with an instant air dash JCC. While Tsubaki's pressure and damage is good, a lot of her potential is locked behind her install stocks. Her main pressure tools require conditioning, and there's gaps where the opponent can escape or punish. Don't let Tsubaki generate her stocks for free. You'll have to make a decision on when to go in and prevent Tsubaki from charging. Tsubaki can anticipate your engage, so don't be too predictable. Tsubaki's standing overheads are 6A and 22B or D. If Tsubaki uses 22B or D, you can challenge the move startup. If you block Tsubaki's DP and she goes for J236D or J214D cancel, you can still punish her by running under her. Punish her landing if she only uses the fireball. The dive is punishable on block. And running under her prevents the dive from hitting the projectile, making her punishable if you instant block. Unless in overdrive, Tsubaki's drive cancel pressure only makes her safe, which means fast reactions or a read on her pressure strings can lead into a punish or at the very least, take your turn. Some Tsubaki players to watch are Conan, Thantis, and Diospyros. Captain of Noel's intelligence department, an empty husk that hosted Terumi, Hazama, is a slippery fighter. Hazama has the ability to approach from full screen, and his close range pressure is also strong. Even though Hazama has a step dash, his mobility beats out most in the cast with the use of his drive. He is capable of running away, while also threatening his opponent with incoming snake chains. Hazama's drive is Ouroboros. Hazama's drive normals send out chains that have 4 follow-ups on hit, block, and whiff. When Hazama uses a follow-up, it uses one of 2 stocks. If Hazama has no stocks, he cannot use a follow-up. If Hazama's chains hit an opponent, he gains both stocks. Hazama will automatically regenerate both stocks in 3 seconds. A retracts the chain, reducing recovery frames. B is an evasive follow-up that is projectile invuln. C is a cross-up engage tool relative to the chain's position. And D is a quick and straightforward dash. The hit stun on drive normals is dependent on the distance. Close chains won't stun the opponent and can't combo. Far away, you can generally follow up for a free knockdown. Hazama's OD, Jormungandr, grants Hazama's chains their far-reaching stun properties at all distances, creates a lifesteal aura ring, and decreases the time to recharge stocks. Hazama's EA and 6321446C super both put the opponent close to Hazama, allowing him to drain more health. 214B, Vengeful Viper, is a mid-slash that puts Hazama into his 214D stance, Serpent's Benediction. Hazama has an A, B, and C follow-up. Using a follow-up right after 214B uses a weakened version. Waiting for 22 frames or going into 214D instead enhances the follow-ups. This is indicated by Hazama's green after image. Hazama can cancel this stance with either D or backdash. You can still go into a follow-up during the backdash, making it a fake out. 214BA, Falling Fang is an overhead that is plus on block, uncharged is +1, and charged is +3. Both moves can be comboed on hit. 214BB, Rising Fang, is mainly used for mid-screen combos or for anti-airs. Both versions are unsafe on block. The charged version has iframes. 214BC, Devouring Fang, is a low attack that can start combos and can even beat out DPs. The uncharged version can be used as a combo ender, while the charged version can be used as a combo starter. 63214-6D, Serpent's Unholy Wrath, is a command grab super that can only be used in stance. Hazama will dash forward and proceed to go for the grab. 236C, Bloody Fang, is a meterless command grab that leads into a low damage combo that still grants a knockdown. J214B, Shadow Serpent, is Hazama's go-to air combo ender, but also a good fake out tool. On whiff, Hazama can cancel into any attack or forward dash. 623D, Hungry Coils, must be barrier blocked and good to catch out airborne opponents. This move can be comboed off of if used as the starter. This move can also be used as an ender and combo into 63214-6C super. 236A, Venom Sword, is a long mid attack mainly used for spacing or comboing off of 3C in the corner. 236-236B, Serpent's Infernal Rapture, is Hazama's combo extension super. Mainly off of a 6A or other hit, Hazama can use this super to hit the opponent into the sky. You need to time 214DC properly to confirm the hit and get max damage. You can also use 214DA for an easier but less damaging route. 5B is +2 on block and is a good pressure tool by using microdashes. 6A is Hazama's overhead and mainly used to combo into 236-236B super. This move doesn't combo into specials. 6C is a good frame trap tool and retreating option. You can Gatling into 5D and follow up to maintain your pressure or start a combo. JB is Hazama's go-to air-to-air option. It has the longest reach out of his air moves and can even be used to cross up. Hazama can angle his grounded chains in 4 directions, 5D, 6D, 4D, and 2D. He can angle his air chains in 5 directions, J8D, JD, J6D, J4D, and J2D. When fighting against Hazama, pay attention to his stocks. Just remember that as long as you block the chains, Hazama will have to wait 3 seconds for his stocks to regenerate. If Hazama uses drive without stocks, especially in the air, he becomes a sitting duck and is a prime time to run in and punish him. Most Hazamas will try to high jump away and zone with JD. Don't play too aggressive and either wait for him to waste his stocks or anti-air him on his approach. When Hazama is in his 214B or D stance, you can fuzzy jump as an OS to deal with both the low and overhead. Hazama's buttons lack range, so barrier him out. Just be aware of his 6A or chain resets. Some Hazama players to watch are Kairos, Jigzama, and Jay Anson. The true form of the well, after fusing with the true Azure, Mu-12, is a zoner with whiff cancels, tracking projectiles, far backdash, DP, and set play. Just like all the other Murakuma units, Mu has zoning tools embedded into her drive, which has its uses for zoning, comboing, and set play. Mu's drive is Stein Gunner. Mu's drive normals deploy a sentry that has a delayed shot. The sentry will track the opponent until it fires. On charge, shots go up to mid-screen. By holding down drive, sentry shots go full screen. On the ground or in the air, Mu can summon the sentries in 4 directions with 5, 2, 6, and 4D. Mu can only have 4 sentries out at a time. The diamonds indicate the order when the sentries were placed. The more diamonds, the first used. Mu can also whiff cancel the sentry summons. She can either summon 2 sentries and still whiff cancel, use a special, jump, use a C normal, or 6B. This makes Mu's pressure difficult to challenge. Mu's overdrive, Stein's geyser, gives every sentry a charge shot, shortens the time it takes for the sentry to fire, does not go away even if Mu gets hit, and all drive specials are enhanced. With 360, Totsuka Blade fires a laser at the sentry. This laser travels to all other sentries from newest to oldest. Each beam shot has an active hitbox and does not go away even if Mu is hit. The last shot also retracts the opponent. 214D, Tokotachi Blade moves any sentry in the direction they're facing. If Mu is hit, the sentries disappear. This is another zoning and pressure tool. 623C, Origins, is a DP that covers both sides of Mu. 236A, Arrows of Heaven, is a 3-hit projectile that goes forward then travels up. If done in the air, it will travel down. This is a good zoning tool that covers the ground initially, then covers the air far away. 63214C, Swords of Decimation, is a large slash mainly used in combos. This can be used to frame trap since it wall bounces on counter hit. This move is only -4 on block and -2 if charged. 63214B, Sword of Infinity, is a reposition tool that only has a backwards hitbox. Mew will travel a set distance before attacking. If missed space, this leads into a whiff punish, but combos on hit and is 0 on block. This is a mid hit. This move can steal the corner, but the opponent can still block same side. 63246C, Wisdom of the Divines, is a combo-ending super that has 20% minimum damage scaling. The hitbox spreads away from you and goes into a cinematic. 63246D, Blessed Mirror, fires lasers at each sentry and another aimed towards the opponent. If a laser comes into contact with a sentry, then the hit sentry will fire another laser. 6A and 2C are your anti-air options. 6A is faster and the more reliable option. 6A can Gatling into any B or C normal and can be jump cancelled on block. 2C can also be jump cancelled on hit or block. 5B is a standard Murakuma button that is jump cancelable on block. 2B is a low option that is 0 on block. This is one of her best normals that is good for pressure, resets, and combo tools. 6B is a 2-hit move that is first a mid, then an overhead. The second hit will ground bounce the opponent and lead into a combo. You can space the move so that the first hit whiffs and only the overhead connects. While the move is -13 on block, you can Gatling into a drive normal or special cancel the move. This is a knowledge check tool, and even if they know the matchup, you now force them into an RPS situation with DP or drive. 5C is a solid poke normal that can also cancel into drive. 3C is a sweep that is jump cancelable on hit or block. These are some good options to cancel into from a drive cancel. 6C is a far-reaching poke that does have a dead zone in front of Mew. This move wall bounces mid-screen on counter hit and wall splats in the corner. JC is Mew's air-to-air option. J2C is an air-to-ground move that is still an overhead and has a large hitbox. Just like against any other zoner, the fight against Mew is a balance between aggression and defense. While a lot of Mew's pressure is safe due to jump cancels, you can punish her for overextending. 6B is one of the first checks. Do not barrier against this move. If Mew goes into a drive to reset her pressure, immediately punish her with your fastest button. You need to show her that you can punish the string and force her to DP for an RPS. Also remember that drives can only cancel into C normals or jumps. If you see a jump in, get ready to anti-air. If Mew goes into a C normal, she's either going to retreat or go for a special, such as the cross-up or projectile. Regular sentry shots, uncharged and charged, will not fire if Mew is hit or blocking. Don't be afraid to challenge Mew in certain situations. Some Mew players to watch are Dora Bang, Nemesis, and Oberon. Ex-Null member working for Sector 7, Makoto, is a fast rushdown character with a set play projectile, TP, good damage, and solid mix-ups. Even if push blocked, Makoto has many tools that helps her close the distance on her opponent. Some of these moves have 3 levels based on a charged drive button press. Makoto's drive is impact. Makoto's drive normals, specials, and supers have 3 levels which are determined by how long drive is held. The bar charges up, then decreases, so timing is strict if you want level 2 or 3. For her drive normals, level 1 and level 2 can be special cancelled, while level 3 is not special cancelable. All 3 levels do have their place in combos. Generally, the higher the level, the less negative Makoto is on block. Makoto's Overdrive, Galaxian Impact, automatically makes all of Makoto's drive moves reach level G. This gives the moves increased hit stun, damage, combo routes, and move properties. Spoon for A, B, or C, Asteroid Vision, has Makoto dash in with 2 clones. The A version is grounded, the B version is in the middle, and the C version is higher in the air. 214A has 4 follow-ups. 214AA, Break, stops Makoto. This is used to reset pressure. 214AB, Eclipse Turn, is a side swap move. You can either use this in pressure or in a combo to side swap. 214AD, Cosmic Ray, is a chargeable punch that is less negative the higher the level. 214AC, Rush, makes Makoto attack 2 times. By itself, it will go into a 3rd hit. You can press A, B, C, or D and go into 4 more follow-ups. 214ACA, Mars Chopper, is an overhead that can only combo with RC or on counter hit. 214ACB, Stargazer, is a low that also only combos with RC or on counter hit. 214ACC, Infinite Rush, is a combo ender that is unsafe on block. 214ACD, Lander Blow, resets pressure. Level 1 and 2 are -1, while level 3 and G are +7. 2 and 4 B or C can be cancelled into an air normal or into the drive follow-up, Lightning Arrow. 623C, Corona Upper, is a DP that has a drive follow-up, Meteor Dive. These two moves are used to end air combos and still a solid reversal. You can only do the follow-up on hit. 236A, Comet Cannon, is a projectile that stays in place. This can be used to control space or used in the corner to catch rolls. You can also punch the projectile with 5D. The higher the level, the further it travels and damage increases. 2 and 4B, Shooting Star, is a backdash into forward lunge attack. This move has low and projectile invuln frames from 1 through 7, and fully invuln frames 8 through 17. 41236C, Serious Jolt, is unblockable while standing, making this low. This move does have slow startup, but grants Makoto a free combo on hit. 2 and 4D, Space Counter, has an initial hit and auto guards against mids, frames 1 through 13. You can also follow up this move with a Drive Strike. The first hit can also be used to restand the opponent from the air to go for a reset. 63246D, Big Bang Flash, is a combo-ending super and full-screen punish tool. The level gauge will increase until you let go of drive. 236236D, Particle Flare, is a reversal and combo-ending super. This move has 3 hits, and you must press drive after each hit to continue the sequence. 5B is a far-reaching poke that moves Makoto forward. She can Gatling into 5CC. 5C and 5CC are good buttons for block strings, frame trapping, and combo filler. 5CC can Gatling into 6B, Makoto's overhead normal. On hit or block, Makoto can combo 6B into 5CC. 6C is a -11 on block swing that moves Makoto far. This can be used in push block to try and catch an opponent who won't expect the range. 3C is a slow approaching low that has high and mid invuln frames 6 through 23. This move is 0 on block and can be held to feint the move. If the opponent is blocking low expecting the hit, you can use the feint to go into a grab. 2B is Makoto's other low normal that is only -1 on block. A block string to check the opponent is 2B to 5CC, 2 and 4AA to halt, then go for another 2B. J2C is an air overhead that halts Makoto's falling momentum. This can be used to bait anti-airs and can go into JB or JC on hit or block. While Makoto has good mobility, most of her normals are low range. Especially when push blocked, she'll need to resort to microdash pressure, 2 and 4 AC mix, and frame trapping. Whenever Makoto goes into 2 and 4 B or C, you must anti-air her, otherwise she gets her turn again. For the 2 and 4 AC, Makoto will always attack twice before the follow-up. If you instant block the second hit, you have a larger window to challenge with DP for the A and the D follow-up. If you don't have a DP, the best thing you can do is block low. 2 and 4 ACB is a true block string. If you notice a delay, then it's either the overhead or pressure reset. If you see 3C, you can reliably beat it out with any fast low normal. Overall, Makoto's high lows revolve around 6B and 2 and 4 ACA. Makoto will try to reset her pressure, so just low block, react to 6B mainly, and wait for a long startup move or punish the negative mix-ups. Some Makoto players to watch are Omniside, Goro Makoto, and Toro Koro. One of the 6 heroes who serves as Rachel's butler, Valkenhayn, is a mix-up character with 50-50 high lows, fast mobility, corner carry, large and active buttons, and good neutral control. Much like his master, Valk wants to go in for hard-to-react high-low mix-ups. His pressure game is dependent on a resource that transforms him into a wolf. Valk's drive is Werewolf. Pressing drive turns Valk into his wolf form. 4D is a backflip that will also go into wolf form. While in wolf form, Valk has faster movement and has access to his mix-ups and rushdown tools. Valk cannot block while in wolf form. Valk will also burn wolf meter if he moves backwards, is in the air, uses any special, or uses transform movement moves. If Valk runs out of wolf meter, he will transform back into human mode and temporarily unable to transform back into wolf form. In human mode, Valk only regenerates wolf meter while grounded. If disabled, wolf gauge can regenerate in the air. Valk's overdrive, Endless Wolf, regenerates wolf meter faster in either human or wolf form, regenerates 3 times faster if depleted, and grants Valk the following buffs. JC can cancel into Gesturing Wolf. Wolf J214A, B, and C have increased hit stun and hard knockdowns, and all wolf moves have faster startup. We first need to go over more wolf form mechanics. While in wolf form, holding any non-neutral direction will cause Valk to dash continuously until attacking or cancelling. You can perform the dash out of wolf normals. While in human mode, Valk can cancel any normal or special with drive and go for the same wolf dash. However, the startup on the dash is longer. Canceling into wolf form and back into human form is an essential concept and tool used to perform basic B&Bs for Valk. 2d6A, Nachtjäger, is a shoulder tackle that is 0 on block. This move remains active until it hits the opponent. This is an engage tool to get back in after barrier block and is also a corner combo move. 2d6B, Schwarzjagd, is a low kick that is mainly used in combos. Although this move is -8, you can cancel into Wolf without hitting the opponent. 2d6B also has a follow-up attack. 2d6B after 2d6B, Weissjagd, is a mid-hit that is mainly combo filler. This can also be used as a combo ender that grants a safe jump. 2d6C, Nachtrasen, is a slow punch that again is really only useful for combos. You can Wolf cancel to keep yourself safe on block, but this is mainly used for crouching confirms and counter hits. J214B, Mondlicht, is an air kick that is another combo tool and has insane corner carry. You can follow this move up with 60 to continue the combo. There are only 2 Wolf specials. 2d6A, B, or C, Koenig Wolf is a dash attack that can combo into itself and can be done in the air. The A version goes forward, the B version goes 45 degrees up, and the C version goes straight up. The A version can also be used in a block string to side swap with the opponent. J214A, B, or C, Ice Wolf, are downward air dash attacks. A goes at a 45-degree angle, B goes around 60 degrees, and C goes straight down. You can either use this as an air combo ender, or juggle the opponent in the corner. 6G2146D, Sturmwolf, is a reversal super that can only be done in human form. This can also be used as a combo ender. J236236C, Königflug, can be done both in human and wolf form and is an air combo ender. In wolf form, Valk only has one version for his A, B, and C normals on the ground and in the air. A is a fast mid poke that is good for pressure. You will mainly use this to go back in with 6D to go for an overhead. B is an anti-air attack that will launch the opponent on hit. This will mainly be used either on a confirmed hit or a neutral. Since you can space yourself faster in wolf, use this to catch jump heavy opponents. C is a low hit. This is your low option when going for mix-ups. On hit, you can confirm with 2d6A to start a combo. If blocked, you can still 6D dash cancel to restart the high-low mix. JA is your fastest overhead attack. This has 2 more additional attacks by pressing A again, but can only be done once if used during a low to the ground 6D. JB is another overhead attack that will knock down an airborne opponent. If used after JA, JB will not come out fast enough. This will mostly be used for an air combo ender or combo extension. JC is another overhead attack that halts Valk's air momentum. You can use this for a double overhead setup with JA into JC. From what we know now, the wolf form mix involves going for 50-50 high-lows by using grounded C and JA or JC. If you want to fake out the overhead, you can press drive again during 60 and go into a low with 2B. 5A and 2A are both standard mid jabs, but have the added benefit of being able to cancel into wolf form. 6A is an anti-air that has mid and high guard point frames 5 through 12. While best used as an anti-air, this move does have its uses in neutral for calling out mid pokes. On a standing opponent, you can combo with 2A. 5B, 2B, and JB are all long machine kick attacks that are useful in block strings, neutral, and combos. 5B is jump cancelable on hit or block, and 2B is your fastest low normal that can be used on a with wolf 6D to fake overheads. 6B is a standing overhead that can cancel to 5D. This move cannot be special cancelled and can only be comboed either on counter hit or by going to wolf form. 5C is a good ground poke, 2C is its situational anti-air with no head invuln, and 3C is a standard sweep. All of these moves can wolf cancel on hit, block, or whiff. 6C is a close range 2-hit mid that vacuums the opponent on the second hit and is +4. This move can also be wolf cancelled. JC is Valk's best human air normal. This move has 23 frames of hit stun, knocks down airborne opponents, and can be used as an instant overhead on regular sized opponents, but needs RC to combo. Just like against Rachel, when caught in a block string, it's unrealistic to block every single overhead. However, being able to block more Valk's wolf mixes limits his combos and wolf meter usage later. Valk's regular movement is slow, and his game plan solely relies on his wolf gauge. If Valk mismanages his meter or is low, you need to take advantage of this. Because Valk can't block in wolf form, he is weak to zoning. Your goal is to keep Valk away from you rather than hitting him far away. Make sure to prioritize the area around you before going for far range zoning. If Valk wolf cancels from a special on block, you can challenge with a 5A to prevent him from changing. If Valk is in wolf form and neutral, do not try to rush him. Valk is a deceptively fast backwalk and can easily space himself for either a whiff punish or anti-air. DP characters do have a somewhat easier time dealing with Valk's wolf mix since it can challenge the 6D after a grounded wolf normal. Just be careful of Valk baiting this option with 4D. 236A is Valk's strongest human special. If you insta-block this move, you can take your turn, but Valk isn't punishable unless he throws out a normal. 236B or C into 6D is not a real block string. If Valk tries to force his wolf mix, either 5A or anti-air his approach. If Valk uses 4D for the fake out, use 5A first to check the fast dash, then anti-air if you whiff. Some Valk players to watch are Jonah, Bokuzen, and Suya. One of the 6 heroes combined with 2 other souls, Platinum is a well-rounded character with projectiles, good neutral buttons, defensive options, and set play. While Platinum does have many tools in her kit, 8 of them are locked behind an RNG system that will force her and the opponent to adapt to her current tool. Platinum's drive is Magical Symphony. 5D or JD equip one of 8 items seen on the next section above her heat gauge. Using 5D or JD again uses the item, which has limited uses. Items can also be discarded with 2 and 4D. Platinum's items come in sets of 8. You must cycle through all 8 items before you can find a repeating one, which will appear in another set of 8 in any random order. Platinum's Overdrive, Magical Heart Catch, does not burn item durability when used. Items can cancel into themselves up to 3 times, and buffs her supers. Two 236D, Miracle Gene, is a super that enhances and equips the next item. In Overdrive, the super will enhance the next 2 items in queue. Pico Hammer has 2 uses and guard breaks. If the opponent does not barrier, this leads into a combo. Pico Hammer Special makes the ground fully unblockable. You can go for setups that guarantee a hit into super. Magical Bat is a single button DP. This move has 3 uses, minus 16 on block, has iframes, and wall splats. Magical Bat Special has an increased hitbox, can be comboed off of, and is minus 10 on block. Magical Cat Hammer is a far-reaching mid-attack that is mainly used to whiff punish and good neutral tool. Magical Cat Hammer Special is a larger-reaching mid-attack that acts the same way. Magical Frying Pan is mainly used as a combo tool. On a standing opponent, they will twirl, which gives Plat time to run in and continue a combo or chain into another Pan slap. Pan can also be used as an instant overhead and is only minus 1 on block. Magical Frying Pan Special has a larger hitbox, less negative on block, and still an instant overhead tool. Magical Missile shoots a missile that beats most projectiles in the game. If you use 2 and 4D, the remaining missiles stack on top of each other and fire one after another. Magic Missile Special has a larger hitbox, travels faster, and does more damage. Magical Bomb is an Oki tool that does not go away even if Plat is hit. This move can be shot in 3 arcs, 4D close, 5D mid, and 6D far. Using 2 and 4D shoots the remaining bombs close to the 4D arc. The bomb has 2 hits. Magical Bomb Special increases the size of the bombs and will grant you 6 uses rather than 3. 2 and 4D will only shoot 3 bombs at most. Magical Do-Re-Mi Box is a ground trap that activates when the opponent is next to it or above it. Boxes will go away in 12 seconds or can be killed. Magical Do-Re-Mi Box Special is a large chest that shoots a rocket up covering the full vertical space, vanishes after 17 seconds, and has 4 uses rather than 2. You can only have 2 chests at a time. Magical Boomerang is a projectile that goes away, then back. If you have no equipped item, the boomerang will be re-equipped if it touches Platinum on the way back. If you equip a new item, the boomerang will pass through Plat. This projectile has 1 hit on it. If the opponent blocks the forward path, then the halo won't have its hitbox coming back. If the forward throw is avoided, the returning halo will still have its hitbox. Magical Boomerang Special not only increases the size of the halo, but also tracks Plat on the way back. 236A, Air Persia, is a pogo jump that has projectile invuln frames 5 through 31. This move has 3 follow-up attacks that go in different directions. A goes in front, B directly below, and C hits from behind. The third hit will knock down the opponent in the direction of the follow-up. This is both a combo tool and a combo ender that leads to a safe jump. 236B or C, Mommy Circular, are low and high attacks. The B version is low and combos in the corner or follow-up mid-screen with 22C. The C version is an overhead that can combo on hit and is body info in frames 1 through 9. 22C, Falling Melody, is a tracking OTG hit that can be used to end or extend combos. Off of 236B, you can RC 22C and continue the corner carry. 214A, B, or C, Dream Sally, is a projectile used in combos and Oki. Each version travels a different direction. A curves up, then bounces on the ceiling, B goes straight forward, then up, and C bounces forward. On hit, the opponent is trapped for a set time, which allows Plat to either equip an item, combo, or 214D to change items. This move can catch rolls and use in the corner to force the opponent to block. J236C, Swallow Moon, temporarily halts Platinum's falling momentum. Platinum can freely move while floating. This move can be used to stall in the air to bait opponents, or used as an instant overhead setup. Off of 5A or 5C, you can TK this move and go into JB for an instant overhead. For 1236D, Dramatic Sammy is a run-up command grab. On hit, Plat will either refresh all the charges on her current item, or equip the next item if she has nothing equipped. Charge 28C, Happy Magica, is a charge counter that guards against everything except throws. On hit, Platinum teleports back and summons a doll. The doll has a hitbox and only deals 100 damage. 62146C, Pure Dot Typhoon, is a combo ending super and reversal. Platinum can move herself during this move. On hit, Plat will either refresh all the charges on her current item or equip the next one. 5B, 2B, and JC are all long-reaching staff swings that are good for whip punishing and use in neutral. 5B goes particularly far and moves her forward. 6A and 2C are your anti-air options. 6A comes out faster and good for catching air dash approaches, while 2C has a hitbox that covers both sides to deal with cross-ups. 5A and 5C are jump cancelable on hit or block. You can jump cancel TK into J236C and go for an instant overhead with JB. 6B is a standing overhead that is more advantageous the further it is used. Up close, you can't combo. Far away, you can microdash into 5A and go for a standard route. When playing against Plat, you need to be just as aware as her of the current item she has equipped. If you are caught in the combo or in neutral, make sure to occasionally check to see what item is equipped and what is next. Remember to barrier against Hammer, punish a blocked baseball bat since it's a DP, don't run into boxes, and be aware of her other neutral controlling items. If Plat throws out 204A, B, or C from full screen, you are able to pop the bubbles with any normal or projectile. Just be careful not to be late, since you will get stunned for a free combo. Plat's 2-8 reversal is okay at best. Grabs are one way to beat it. If Plat counters a long-range move, it is still possible to punish her if you block the doll or avoid it altogether. Platinum players to watch are Jive Turkey, Daiwa, and Genbu. Puppeteer and father of Carl Clover, Relius, is another puppet character with safe offense, mix-ups, and mid-range screen control. Relius is looking to score a hard knockdown, which he can then set up for an Oki situation. Unlike Carl's puppet, Relius' puppet, Ignis, must be summoned and can only be moved with the use of special and drive normals. Relius relies on Ignis for his pressure and mix-ups. Relius' drive, Detonator, uses Ignis. Just like Nirvana, Ignis has a gauge that drains with move usage. If the gauge reaches 0, Ignis will be temporarily disabled. Ignis will regenerate gauge when unsummoned. If either Ignis or Relius get hit, then Ignis will automatically recall. 5D, 2D, and JD all summon or recall Ignis. These summons don't cost Ignis gauge. Relius' Overdrive, Maxim Dance, automatically recovers Ignis gauge even when Ignis is out, reduces Ignis' move recovery, prevents Ignis from being disabled, and improve Ignis special and super moves. It's important to note that Ignis will not recover gauge if she attacks, and all of Ignis' attacks cost more during OD. First, let's look at Relius' tools. 22A, B, or C, Gira Lugia is a ground attack that is relative to Relius' position. A has the longest startup, but is plus on block, and C has the shortest startup, but negative on block. It is common for Relius to use 22C after bursting to try and get free damage. 41236B, God Lice, is a 2-hit move that vacuums on the second hit. The move is safe on block, and a frame trap move when Relius is by himself. 236A, Ledley, is an inborn sway that can dodge all attacks and even burst. The sway is affected by Relius' momentum, which means Relius can use this move to sideswap. 236C, Id Loggear, can be done on the ground or in the air. On hit, Relius can follow up the move using 214A, B, or C to summon and attack with Ignis. It costs more Ignis gauge if 214A, B, or C are used while Ignis is unsummoned, so 236C into a follow-up is an efficient use of gauge. 214A, Id Haas, sends Ignis forward much like a fast mid-range fireball. This is a common move used to get Ignis up close to the opponent to start offense. 214B, Valera, teleports Ignis behind the opponent. This move is best used on knockdown to set up for a sandwich. Otherwise, opponents can reposition and even attack Ignis to recall her. J214B, Bellafino, sends Ignis straight down and halts Relius' air momentum. The higher the opponent is in the air, the more damage this move does. 214C, Valtus, sends Ignis forward and slashes 3 times. This is one of the most important specials Relius has. After a hard knockdown, use 214C to catch both rolls. The opponent has to neutral tech and eat a free mix. Relius can wait from a distance to keep himself safe from DPs. He can also use this time to set up for delayed air dash, empty jumps, or fuzzy setups. 236D, Girakas, is a command grab. While it costs the most gauge, it also has a big reward, being able to combo. This move can also catch airborne opponents if used in the air. 214D, Gira Nos, is an overhead attack that is used to set up for an unblockable. In the corner, Relius will set up 214D and attack at the same time with 2B. 236-236D, Duo Bios is a lockdown super that causes Ignis to attack 11 times. Ignis can't be recalled even if you hit Relius, Burst, or Counter Assault. Either used in a knockdown or block string, you will have to hold this mix. 236-3214C, Beck Venom is a Relius' reversal super. On hit, the opponent will be stunned, allowing Relius to reposition, summon or recall Ignis, and proceed into a combo with a knockdown. Onto some key normals. 5B and 2B are good long-reaching pokes that are safe on block. Especially with Ignis out, Relius can check with 5B or 2B into 60 and keep the opponent in a block stun. 2C is a low-profile anti-air. This move is also used in block strings with Ignis since its jump cancelable on block. 6A is Relius' overhead, and he must use RC or Ignis to combo on hit. This move is also used as an ender in the corner to set up for set play. 3C is a sweep that will cause a hard knockdown. By himself, Relius is looking to convert any ground normal into 3C. He can use this time to set up for 214C and start his offense. Don't let Relius set up Ignis for free. Most of Ignis' specials have enough recovery frames to punish and recall her. If Relius uses an unsummoned Ignis special, either punish the end or start of the move. When Relius gets in, he will set up for a long block string. You will have to check on how much gauge Ignis has before Relius has to recall. If Ignis gauge is low, you will either need to retreat on recall or attempt to punish. Alone, Relius' pressure is weak, but you still need to be aware of frame traps, sway, and backdashes. Some Relius players to watch are Moki Moki and Beautiful Dude. The true form of the sealed armament that took over Tsubaki, Izayoi, is a mix-up character with projectiles, special move follow-ups, reversal, teleports, and side swaps. In her initial form, Izayoi seems very basic and has normal movement, but after landing special moves on hit or block, she will want to switch modes to access her mix-ups and combo extenders. Izayoi's drive is Scarlet Justice. Izayoi starts each round in non-gain art mode, which is indicated by the pink sword. Whenever Izayoi lands a special move on hit or block, she will gain 2 or 1 stocks. Any direction of drive, grounded or in the air, switches Izayoi to gain art mode, indicated by the green sword. Izayoi gains a float dash and can spend stocks to extend her specials and teleport. Her C normals are also altered. In gain art mode, you technically get 3 air actions. You can use any combination of air dashes and jump, but there are limitations. You only get 1 double jump to use and cannot double jump if you float dash in the air. Izayoi's overdrive, Freedom Justice, passively gains stocks. She will gain stocks faster in normal mode than in gain art. Her supers and gain art specials are enhanced. Izayoi's specials on block will grant 1 stock, and on hit grants 2. Izayoi can only gain stocks in non-gain art form. Even if you use a non-enhanced special in gain art, you will not gain any stocks. 236A or D, Sonic Saber, is a standard projectile. This is your main zoning and stock gain tool. The ground version goes straight forward, the air version goes at a 45-degree angle. The drive version will summon 3 projectiles in a cone shape and in the same direction of the A version. In overdrive, Izayoi throws out 5 projectiles. This move costs 1 stock. 623B, Crusader Seraphim Alpha, is a diagonal anti-air slash with head invuln frames. This can be done in the air and hits in the same direction. 236C, Crusader Seraphim Beta, is a horizontal slash that can also be done in the air. 236B, Crusader Seraphim Gamma, is a low slash that can also be done in the air. This is a go-to confirm that is usually cancelled into a teleport to maximize stock gain and damage. 236B or C can be held and pressing A cancels the stance. This is useful for pressure resets. If your opponent expects a special and is blocking, you can cancel the attack to reduce recovery and get back in. 623C, Aegis Blade, is a vertical DP that can cover both sides of Izayoi. You can also hold this move and press A to cancel the attack. 204A, B, C, or D, Mirage Thruster, is a teleport that is useful for mix-ups and combos. The A, B, and C version can be used after 623B, 236B or C, and most normals on hit or block. This allows Izayoi to either combo, side swap, or reset pressure. The A version will teleport her in place, the B version teleports her forward and can side swap, and the C version teleports her backwards. The drive version, which can also be done with J214D and can only be done in gain art mode, will track and teleport behind the opponent. Especially with 236D, you can side swap with approaching projectiles. In gain art, 236B or C can be followed up with 6D, Valkyrie Astrea. This uses up 1 stock and can be cancelled into any 214 on hit. The overdrive version adds more hits. This can be used for frame trapping and can be comboed off of. In Gain Art, 623B or C can be followed up with Drive, Strike Ball. This uses up one stock. In Overdrive, this move gains more hits. The higher Izayoi is, the more plus she is. This is mainly used as a combo ender to combo into 236-236C Super. 236-236C, Justice for Riser, is a reversal and combo ending super. Usually after Strike Ball, Izayoi summons a sword that will knock his opponent full screen. You can 204D cancel this move for 2 stocks and link another super with 100 heat. While in Gain Art, 63214-6D, Slaver Trans Am summons shield bits. Whenever Izayoi attacks with a normal, the bits will also attack. This is mainly used after a knockdown to keep Izayoi's pressure more airtight and combo. As mentioned previously, Izayoi has 2 different versions for all her C normals. 5C is a far range slash that moves her forward. 5C in Gain Art has less range but comes out faster, is only -1, and can be jump cancelled on block. 2C is a single hit mid that is good for footsies. 2C in Gain Art is a 2-hit mid attack that frame traps naturally, vacuums the opponent on the second hit, and is +5 on block. This is a reset tool. Both versions of 2C fatal counter. 3C is a low sweep. 3C in Gain Art turns into a low ground slide. This fatal counters and is a go-to punish. 6C is a short lunge that is used to frame trap and can cancel into a stance cancel to make it more advantageous. 6C in Gain Arts turns into a kick that launches the opponent. This is +1 on block, jump cancelable on hit, and a combo tool. 6B is a ground overhead that can also be held to cancel the hit. In non-Gain Art, you can follow up with J236B into 623B to gain 4 stocks. In Gain Art, you have more combo routes with J236B into J214D. In Gain Art mode, you can go for an instant overhead by using JA. While it isn't a strong starter, it can still lead into decent combos that lead into a knockdown. Izayoi's game plan is straightforward. Either throw fireballs for full screen, or get in to do a block string that ends in a special. Izayoi's main damage comes in Gain Art mode, and you need to delay her resource gain as much as possible. Since Izayoi can only have one fireball out at a time, jump over it and try to play neutral without getting caught with a slash special. Izayoi in Gain Art mode has very limited mobility due to her air dashes. Expect to see J236D used, and if she goes for a teleport, you can either jump to avoid the high-low mix or challenge it far away. In non-Gain Art, 236B and C are both -14 and -10 respectively. If you do not barrier block, this makes it more likely to take your turn or punish her for using these moves in a block string. Izayoi's stance cancels do not always leave her plus. Only after 6C is she +1. From 5C, 2C, and 3C, she is -1, and from 5B and 2B, she is -4. Also on block, 2 and 4 teleports are not safe. If Izayoi goes into a reset, you can attempt to punish her for using the A or B version. Some Izayoi players to watch are SKD, Havoc, and Finn. Bystander of the world and leader of the dance troupe, Amane, has a mix of zoning and rushdown in his kit. He has long normals meant for catching opponents from full screen and has many engaged tools as well. Amane is looking for any opportunity to build up his drill. Amane is unique in that he is looking to actually kill you with chip rather than regular damage. Amane's drive is Spiral. Amane's drive normals and specials turn his cloth into a drill that does chip damage. The drill has 3 levels, which increase the damage, hits, and chip. Amane can increase his drill level by using drill normals, going into 236D stance, or OD. If Amane overheats his drill, his drive moves are temporarily disabled for a set amount of time. His drill level will also reset to 1. Amane's drill level will also increase the super's damage, but will be reset to level 1 upon use. Amane's OD, Cyclone, passively increases Amane's drill meter and stops when it reaches level 3. Amane will build up drill meter while attacking, blocking, and getting hit. Amane can still overheat his drill. 2 and 4 A or B, or 236 A or B, Chojin, Kaihi, Zeto are command jumps that move Amane back or forwards. Amane's regular movement is slow and floaty, but these command jumps are fast and good for retreating or engaging. The A version moves horizontally, while the B version goes higher into the air. Amane can cancel any of his normal moves into his command jumps. If you use a command jump on the ground, you will still have one more command jump to use and your air action. In the air, you can only use one command jump and go into an air action. 236D, Ninpu Sengeki, Hurricane, puts Amane in a stance that auto-guards projectiles. While Amane is in stance, he will generate up to 1.5 drill meter. Amane can cancel this stance with drive. Pressing A, B, or C places a drill on the ground relative to Amane's position. The ground drill has higher knockup and chip damage based on the drill level. The drill meter will also not deplete while the drill is out. 623C, Juken Degeki, Gekirin, is an air command grab. This move can only grab opponents mid-screen or in the corner. This is mainly used in corner combos, but still useful for catching opponents zoning. 214C, Gangan Senbu, Ginga, is a projectile that moves forward. If used as an ender, Amane can use 6D to catch an instant tech for free level 3. This move can also be used for Oki. The tornado has a lingering hitbox. 236C, Choiju, Rengeki, Raibu, is a mid-screen combo ender that will also wall splat in the corner. J236C, Tenso, Rakugeki, Goisei, is an air combo ender. This move can be followed with 2C, 6D, or 214C for Oki. 236-236D, Kyoru, Toko, Saiju, Renso Kyaku is a reversal super and combo ender. The move does more damage and knocks the opponent higher based on drill level. On level 2 and 3, you can follow up the hit. 632-146D, Kaizoko, Senku, Gokai Rensen Renpa is a super that sends the opponent full screen. With 100 meter, you can also guarantee chip your opponent with RC and command jumps. 6D is the knowledge check tool. If your opponent neutral techs or is caught guarding, 6D will hit and can be held indefinitely until Amane hits level 3 drill. 5D and JD are your go-to drill moves for pressure. They cover a good amount of space and are good for dealing chip damage. 5B is a 3-hit mid attack. All hits are air unblockable. If in the air, follow up with 4C or 5C. In a block string, you can follow with 1C or 5D and either reset pressure or neutral. JB is another 3-hit mid attack that covers a lot of space in front and below him. J2B is a downwards mid attack that is used for either safe jumps or cross-ups. On whiff, Amane can immediately act with a normal, special, or guard. All of Amane's C normals are far-reaching ribbons with a dead zone in the middle. 5C and 4C are mid attacks that whiff on crouching opponents. 2C and 1C are low hits best used in block strings or used for catching no techs. 6C sends the cloth diagonally up and forwards. This move can also be used in a combo with the side swap. Amane only has one overhead, his JA. You should focus more on how to escape his pressure and avoid giving him free drill meter. On knockdown, Amane may check you with 6D. Your options against this are to either delay tech neutral, back, or forwards. If Amane catches onto the delay tech, he will then use 2C to catch you. Make sure to mix up your recoveries. Remember to bury your Amane's drill. The pushback on level 2 and 3 drill is high, so be ready to back off since Amane will need to special cancel. Amane's pressure may seem oppressive, but there are gaps. If Amane uses a command jump, you can anti-air him out of his hit. 236DA is punishable on the start of the move. Amane is also weak on defense. His 2A and 5A are both short subby normals. He will usually resort to OD, burst, counter assault, reversal super, and fuzzy jumps with command hops. Some Amane players to watch are Goku Keshi, Ju Yukin, and Wokash. Mercenary hunting down Sector 7, Bullet is a straightforward rushdown character with lock-on normals, command grab, versal, and high damage. Bullet tends to lack in mobility, but when she gets it in, she forces her way back in with auto-targeting normals that can even leave her plus on block if powered up, and have follow-ups on hit. Bullet's drive is lock-on. All of Bullet's drive normals create an AoE around her. If the opponent is within the circle, Bullet will launch herself towards the opponent. If they are out of the AoE, then Bullet leaves the stance. Bullet also has a buff known as Heat Up level. Whenever she hits an opponent with a drive normal or uses 214D, Bullet will level Heat Up by 1. Heat Up 1 creates an orange silhouette, and Heat Up 2 makes her glow red. Bullet's heat level increases the damage of supers, allows her to follow up and combo off drive normals, and adds new properties to specials. All heat level is spent when using follow-ups called Engage. Bullet's overdrive, Heat the Beat, grants Bullet 1 Heat Up level. Bullet also get a longer reaching dash, does not lose Heat Up level, and her Heat Up 2 Piercing Engage has different wall bounce properties. D, Afterburner, is a buff that increases the heat up level by 1. If you charge this move, you will go up by 2 levels. This is mainly used full screen or after certain combos and has projectile guard point. 236A, Flint Shooter, sends out a ground projectile that goes full screen. Each level of heat up will add an additional hit. If you are close to the opponent, you can also charge 236A. This version is a close range blast that is always +3, can be comboed off of, and has a vertical hitbox that increases with heat up level. Pressing drive during a drive hit, Wad Cutter Engage, is a follow-up attack. You will not be able to use this if you have no heat levels. This follow-up isn't used often unless you get a 2D starter or use it in OG combo. 623B, Cutting Shear, is a reversal with 15 iframes. This move is a hit grab that can be blocked and punished. This is also used as a combo ender that leads into a safe jump. 22D during 623B, Exploding Engage, is a follow-up that will side swap with the opponent. You can also confirm with 2C or 3C into 214D to regain the heat up used. Holding the move will also grant a combo with 2A into 5B on the same side. This follow-up is commonly used to combo into 236-3214C Super. For 1236C, Makulit Capture is a run-up command grab that is projectile invuln. This move will whiff on crouching and airborne opponents, but you can break by pressing B. You can also combo into this throw. 236 during 41236C, Piercing Engage, is a high damaging follow-up attack that walls flat in the corner and wall bounces mid-screen. 623C, Snap Hand's Fist, is an air command grab that can also be done in the air. The ground version is unblockable and has head and wall frames. 623D during 623C, Flechette Engage, is a follow-up attack. The heat up 2 damage is much higher and mainly used to end combos. If done near the beginning, you can combo off this follow-up. 360B, Crossfire Wheel, is a fast command grab that is mainly used when you have heat up level. 63146D during 360B, Shot Shell Engage, is the follow-up attack that side swaps, wall bounces mid-screen, and wall splats in the corner. This is a good combo extension tool. 2363214C, Rage Aggressor, is the go-to super ender that increases in damage the more heat level you have. 720A, Serpentine Assault, is a command grab super. If you have 1 heat up level, you can go into an additional follow-up, 720D, Frangible Engage. If you have 2 heat up levels, you can go into the second follow-up, 1080D, Blackout. Whenever you land a drive normal, it is best to combo into a special since you'll be able to gain the heat up while in the middle of the move and go into a follow-up to extend the combo. 5D is a mid-hit that has the fastest startup out of all the drive normals. This move also has the largest AoE, but is -5 on block. You can also hold forward to cancel the move. 2D and 6D are your low and high options that are 0 on block with no heat level, and +4 with heat levels 1 and 2. Both moves share the same startup animation, but come out slower than 5D. JD is mainly used for combos, but can also be used in neutral to catch out opponents. As an air combo ender, you can either go into 214D to put yourself at heat up level 2, or go into 623B for a safe jump. 5B, 2B, and JB are all long-reaching pokes good to use in block strings and neutral. 5B is especially good since you can jump cancel it on hit or block, and can be dash cancelled with heat up level 1. 5C is a close-range jab that moves bullet forward slightly. This is a useful move for frame trapping and pressure resets since it's only -1. If the opponent barriers, which is a common tool used against bullet, then 5C becomes 0. 2C is a 2-hit low attack that is used in both combos and pressure since it moves her forward. When used as an ender, you have enough time to go into 214D to quickly level up once. 6B is an anti-air that comes out fast, can be dash cancelled with heat 1 or 2, and has high reach. 6A is a standing overhead that Gatling from any A button, 5B, and 2B, and can be comboed off of. Due to Bullet's short dash, Bullet has a hard time moving around the screen. Generally, her neutral is lacking, but her C buttons and drive help her stay in when she gets her turn. It's nearly impossible to punish Bullet when you block her drive. At the very least, you can take your turn. But if Bullet has heat levels 1 or 2, she now becomes plus after 2D or 6D. Barrier blocking is a good way to keep her out, but if Bullet notices this, she might go for a pressure reset with 5C, or might start using her drive normals. If you are able to insta-block 5D, then the move becomes -8 and is punishable. 5D and JD are the only drive moves Bullet can cancel. Because Bullet can't cancel her 2D and 6D, this makes them full committal options. If you are fast enough to react, you can throw out a 5A or reversal. Keep in mind that if you play neutral from full to mid-screen, Bullet may take this time to increase her heat level. Uncharged 214D is nearly impossible to punish or reliably take your turn. A fully charged 214D is a different story. Pay attention to Bullet's current heat level. Zoning doesn't work as well since she will trade with 214D. 236A will become a multi-hit move that will beat out single-hit projectiles. Some Bullet players to watch are Mecha Oni and Upa. Member of Sector 7 and battle-hungry brawler, Azrael, is an offense character with a teleport dash, high damage, mix-ups, and gap closers. Azrael's buttons generally don't reach far, but when he gets in, he has many tools to reset his pressure or use mix-ups with his drive. Azrael's drive is the Terror. All of Azrael's drive moves are high and lows. Hitting an opponent places a high or low weak point. drive normals can't be special cancelled. When the opponent is hit by a drive move that applies a weak point they already have, their current weak point disappears, but they are stunned or knocked up higher, which grants Azrael a combo opportunity. Azrael's OD, Mental Coliseum, places weak points on the enemy on blocked drive moves, allow drive normals to be special cancelled, and weak points don't disappear when hit with a drive move and until the OD time is finished. Azrael's dash is a teleport, which is invuln for frames 7 to 10 forward and 1 to 20 back. Defensively, you can dash out of certain block strings and attempt to whiff punish. On offense, you can do cross-ups by dashing behind the enemy. 236A, Gusap Buster, is a +1 dash attack. This move covers mid-screen and good for taking your turn. You can only combo with either RC or get a counter hit. 236, Tiger Magnum, is the start of a Rekka chain. Holding forward and pressing C 2 more times makes Azrael attack 2 more times. This move is mainly used for combo enders and wall splats in the corner. Mid-screen, you can use 236A. There are many corner routes for different starters, such as 6B, 236, 236D Super, and etc. You can also use 214D or 236D for the third hit. Certain heights allow you to combo into these special moves. 214B, Growler Field, is a stance attack that absorbs all projectiles. This is Azrael's fastest attack, which makes it a niche tool to use after a dash teleport cross-up. Absorbing a projectile gives Azrael a stock that grants him his own projectile. 226B, Phalanx Cannon, is a fast projectile that can cancel 214B and goes through most projectiles. 623B, Panzer Strike, is a standard DP that goes diagonal then down. 214C or 22C, on a down opponent, Sentinel Dump, is a slow reset tool that is +12 or +10 on block. This move has guard point from frames 1 to 10. The 22C version will track the opponent and can be comboed off of. 226D, Valiant Crush, is an overhead attack that applies a high weak point. If the opponent already has a high weak point when hit, they will be sent flying back. You can then follow up with 6. Vix during Valiant Crush has Azrael dash forward. Azrael can essentially dash cancel most of his normals and specials for a set amount of time. The usual sequence is 5 reps of 5C into 6. 214D, Hornet Bunker, is a low hit that applies a low weak point. If you hit an opponent that already has a low weak point, they will be sent into the air. Holding 8 sends Azrael in the air to chase them. 8 after Hornet Bunker will allow Azrael to cancel into numerous normals, much like a dust move from Guilty Gear. You can generally land 4 or 5 Cs before jump canceling into an air drive or J2C. 236 236D, Blackhawk Stinger, is a combo ending super, but also has a unique property. The move is unblockable standing if the opponent has a high weak point. It's also unblockable low if they have a low weak point. If the opponent has a high and low weak point, the move is a true unblockable if they are on the ground. Without OD, and getting hit with normal is a checkmate situation. 214-214D, Scud Punishment, is a super that places and reapplies both high and low weak points on the opponent for 16 seconds. 5D is an overhead that is -4 on block. 2D is a low that is +2 on block. 3D and 6D both share the same starting animation. 3D is a low and -2, while 6D is an overhead that is also -2. JD will knock down the opponent in the air and apply a high weak point. J2D can cross up the opponent and applies a low weak point. 5B is a strong normal that is jump cancelable on hit and block, 0 on block, and used as a pseudo anti-air with its high vertical hitbox. 5B also has a B follow-up that is +5 and used as an easy hit confirm. 5C is Azrael's farthest reaching normal and fatal counters. 2C is a situational anti-air that is mainly used in combos and links into 5B or 6D. 6B is another anti-air that can be dash cancelled on whiff, hit, or block. On hit, you must time the jump at the end. 6C is a far-reaching kick that is +2 on block. You can use this to get back in, and this move also fatal counters. JV is your cross-up overhead. Combined with teleport dash, you can go for same-side setups for some hard-to-follow pressure. Azrael's pressure is all in his high-lows. His actual block strings tend to be short and has to rely on stagger pressure, jump cancel, and plus moves. Barrier is a way to get him off you fast. Most of Azrael's drive moves have slow startup, especially for 3D and 6D. You can either fuzzy jump to cover both blocks, or attempt to punish in between the move with their 24 and 27 frame startup. An option select you can use to check if Azrael dashes behind you is to down back and mash 2A. Keep in mind this only works against true block strings. If Azrael catches onto this option select, he may try to frame trap you. 236A is a strong tool that Azrael has. If you instant block this move, he becomes -2, which means you get your turn. If you have both weak points on you and are caught in the 236-236D block string, the only way you can save yourself is to overdrive. Azrael's DP can actually whiff against low-profile opponents. This is a matchup-specific detail. Some Azrael players to watch are Dokura, Klim, and Bojack. One of Noel's generals and head of the Duodecim Mutsuki family, Kagura, is a charge character with large normals, a fireball, high damage, and DP. While Kagura does have special moves tied to charge motions, his drive acts more like 2-button special moves that includes rushdown, mix-ups, and pressure resets. Kagura's drive, Black Gale, puts Kagura into 3 different stances: 5D standing, 2D low, and 6D forward. Kagura can also go into each stance in the air, halting his falling momentum. Each stance has 3 different follow-ups with a single button press: A, B, and C. This means Kagura has 9 different drive normals which each serve unique purposes. He can also cancel a stance with drive. Kagura can also cancel a drive attack into another drive as long as it's not the same stance. This means you can't go from 2DB into 2DA, but you can go into 2DB into 5DA. Kagura can use 3 drive moves in a single block string. Kagura's OD, Infinite Coupling, removes the limit on stance cancels. However, Kagura still cannot cancel into the same stance. Kagura can also dash cancel all of his C and drive hits, and has enhanced properties on moves. All of Kagura's special moves are charge motions that have use in both neutral and combos. We'll go over some tips on where to store the charge inputs for certain moves. 4-6A or B, Dragon Spirit, is a fireball with 2 versions. The A version comes out faster and will gain more hits the longer it travels, from 1 to 3. The B version comes out slower and will also gain more hits the longer it travels, from 2 to 6. The A version is used in neutral and in combos. The B version is also used in neutral to bait jump-ins and used for Oki. 2-8B or C, Dragon's Ascent, is an anti-air and DP. The B version only has head and bowl and can be comboed off of. The B version is also used for combo extensions and hard to punish if blocked in the air. The C version is fully in bowl and used to end combos. This move is more negative on block, being -45. This DP is usually followed with J82C for a knockdown. J82C, Dragon Stance, is not only an air combo ender off of DPs, but also an instant overhead and combo extension tool. To extend combos, use 6B, hold 9 to charge up, then when Kagura jumps, move down to get Dragon Stance. To do the instant overhead, go into 5BB and hold up. You will jump cancel the second hit and will have enough charge time to land Dragon Stance when you jump. All of Kagura's 6D moves move him towards the opponent. 6DA, Dragon's Fang, is a dash slash that has body invuln. This is a good mix-up tool when combined with 6DB. 6DB, Dragon's Mirage, shares the same start animation of 6DA, but will cross up the opponent. The beginning of the move also has body invuln. 6DC, Sky Dragon Strike, is Kagura's go-to engage tool. This move goes through projectiles. If you start your offense with 6DC, you can either follow up with another drive move, or cancel a drive stance and go for a C normal. All of Kagura's 2D moves are low and high tools. 2DA, Dragon Strike, is an overhead that can be comboed using any charge special, can combo into super, and that's a 4k damage combo on hit. 2DB, Dragon's Blade, is a low then mid ground slash. This move is often used after 6DC. On hit, this move can either end in 2-8C for more damage, or 4-6B for Oki. 2DC, Dragon's Dual Strike, is a mid then low attack. This move does vacuum the opponent and can be used to frame trap or combo. On hit, you'll often go into 2-8B. Kagura's 5D moves carry a lot of miscellaneous utility that can catch an opponent off guard. 5DA, Dragon Blast, is a shield bash that has mid and high armor. You can backdash or forward dash on hit or block. This move is often used to end a block string by using the backdash. If your opponent challenges, the counter hit will stagger them for a combo opportunity. 5DB, Dragon's Claw, is a command grab that can be comboed by using another drive move or special. 5DC, Dragon Slaughter, is a head invuln sword swing that sideswaps and used in combos. Stance 2-8D, the Dragon's Lord Striking Fang, is a combo ending super. 4-1-2-3-6C, Supreme Dragon's Inferno is a multi-hit super that is only unsafe up close. This move does not have iframes. 5C, 2C, and 6C are all long-reaching sword swings that must be barrier blocked in the air and are mids. These moves are great for poking, controlling space, and can be cancelled with stance to minimize recovery. 5B is a standing low, and pressing B again, or 6B, goes into a fast and far-reaching mid-kick. These moves together are used for the A2C instant overhead. 5B is also great for catching no-techs. JB is a cross-up air option. JC is a fast downward swing. This move is good for challenging run-ups and has good follow-ups on counter hit. Kagura's drive moves are strong, but each of them has a weakness that must be exploited. 60A and 60B can be avoided and punished by neutral jumping and falling with a normal. 2DA is punishable on block. 5DB is punishable on whiff. On the 60C, 2DB, and 2DA string, instant block the second hit of 2DB. You can then challenge with a low or grab. In neutral, Kagura will sometimes throw out a B fireball to analyze your reactions. Don't immediately try to rush down, since Kagura has many anti-air options. If Kagura runs in, keep in mind that all of his C normals have slow startup, 5C with 19 frames, 2C with 16 frames, and 6C with 22 frames. Sometimes it's worth taking the risk to challenge if you have the range and speed. Some Kagura players to watch are Serpent, Inuyako, and Haru. The genius scientist of Sector 7, Kokonoe, is a well-rounded character with good zoning, strong pressure, high-low mix-ups, side swaps, cross-ups, and set play. Kokonoe's tools have multiple purposes for neutral and combos. Her specials and opponents both get affected by her gravity invention. Kokonoe's drive is Graviton Capacitor. Pressing drive summons a Graviton that attracts both Kokonoe's specials and the opponent. The summon placement is determined by the direction of the drive press. Graviton opens new combo routes, special usages, and affects the momentum of the opponent while hit. Only one Graviton can be out at a time and disappears over time or if Kokonoe gets hit. Kokonoe has 9 Gravitons that regenerate over time. Kokonoe also has 2 other tools that show up in the hotbar. 214A, B, or C are fireball projectiles, and 22A or B is a ground lightning trap. Only one of each can be present at any time. Kokonoe's overdrive, Graviton Rage, increases the pool of Gravitons. Gravitons deal more damage. Gravitons recover faster, and they stay out for 6 seconds rather than the regular 4. 214D, Retrieve Graviton, disables the Graviton on the field and halves the recharge time. 236D, Activate Graviton, causes the Graviton to repel objects and the opponent in a burst. If the opponent is near the Graviton while in hit stun when activated, they take damage and are stunned/knocked up. This is one of Kokonoe's most important tools, since it allows her to confirm off of instant overheads, pushes the opponent to the corner, surprise engages on them by pushing them close to you, and so much more. 236A, Broken Bunker Assault, is a dash attack that places a bomb on the opponent on hit. The regular version is a 2-hit move that blasts the opponent away. If you hold A, the Kokonoe will place the bomb, delaying the second hit. She can either combo off this move, or use this as an ender to set up Oki. The bomb will detonate after 3 seconds but goes away if Kokonoe is hit or blocks. 236B, Aerial Power Drive, is used for combos and engaging. If there's a Graviton out, Kokonoe will fly towards it. On block, this move is +5. If used in a combo, Kokonoe will usually have to time 236D after the 14th hit in order to pick the opponent up and end the combo. 214A, B, or C, Flame Cage, sends out a fireball into the sky then falls down. The A version falls close, B falls half screen, and C falls full screen. The fireball also tracks toward the Graviton and stays there. Far away, you can use this to zone the opponent and try to force them to block. You can also use this for Oki by letting the fireball naturally drop. 22A or B, Vanishing Rays, is a ground trap that shoots either a single or 6-hit lightning bolt. The A version activates immediately, which makes it a situational anti-air, combo starter, and end block strings. The B version sets a trap that does not activate unless the opponent is near it or enough time passes. This is a good tool to use for playing defensively, since the trap does not go away on block. 22C, Planar Haze, is a teleport that will side swap with the opponent if close. If a Graviton is out on the field, Kokonoe will teleport to it. Combining the teleport with 22A or B, or 214A, B, C, creates hard to react left-right mix-ups. 236C, Absolute Zero, brings out a gun that freezes the opponent. If you have 50 meter, on hit Kokonoe will automatically go into a super follow-up, Crime of Greed, that has really good minimum damage scaling. However, you can RC the first hit to keep the opponent frozen for a set time. Especially in the corner, You can set up for a hard to react high-low left-right mix-up with the use of Graviton, T2A or B, and J2C. 214-214A, B, or C, Pyroflaming Bellowbog, is a reversal super that summons a larger fireball into the air. The super acts just like the regular fireball, with where it lands to it tracking a Graviton. The super can be used in combos, as a reversal, and used for Oki. Unlike 214A, B, or C, this fireball does not go away if Kokonoe gets hit. 632-146D, Jamming Dart, is an unblockable super that sucks in the opponent. You can force the opponent to block with 214A, B, or C, then go into the super for a guaranteed confirm. 646-1236C, Dreadnought Destroyer, is a 100 heat super that is only used with certain setups that use 236A delayed, 22B, and 236D. If you hold C, the super will do more damage. 3C is one of Kokonoe's best normals. It has a low then mid hit. This can be used in pressure on regular or barrier block and is only -1. This move is also useful in combos and as an ender. As an ender, you can special cancel the first hit and set up either 22B or 214A, B, or C. On a standing opponent, you can reel them in with the second hit and special cancel then. 6B is a 2-hit overhead that is both good as a starter and used in combos, usually to hit an opponent on the way down after being hit with an activated Graviton. J2C is your instant overhead option. While this isn't the fastest, you can still jump cancel from 5A and go into this to try and open your opponent. If you have a Graviton or get a counter hit, you can fully combo. 5B and 2B are really good buttons for neutral. 5B moves Kokonoe slightly forward, which might catch someone off guard. 2B is a 2-hit low that is only -1 on block. 6A is a standard anti-air. If you hold down A, then the move will launch a standing opponent. This can only be comboed into from 236D. Kokonoe is terrifying to fight, especially when she has you in the corner. In neutral, Kokonoe will mainly set up 22B and shoot a fireball to zone and check the opponent. There is a brief period when Kokonoe cannot use 22A or B or 214A, B, or C. Don't be too hasty, and try to play neutral as best you can without getting hit with the defensive setup. If you are on top of a Graviton and Kokonoe comes in with 236B, you have two options. Either instant block most of the hits to gain heat but lose your turn, or anti-air her on the way in. Whenever you are in the block string, always remember 3C. Sometimes Kokonoe will space out her pressure to catch fuzzy jumps. If she does use 3C, she'll either use 236A or wait to reset her buttons. 22A on block does not leave Kokonoe that advantageous, but can still trade. You can challenge the 22A placement with a 5A if close. Some other slow options like 6B can be mashed on. Some Kokonoe players to watch are Banana Ken, Goo, Tempest Tim, and the Joker 27. Former member of the Six Heroes and antagonist of the Blazblue series, Terumi is a rushdown character with good pressure, movement options, and high damage. Terumi is a meter-heavy character. Some of his supers allow him to combo, making them semi-essential in his hit confirms. Terumi can generate the most heat out of the cast with his drive. Terumi's drive is Force Eater. All of Terumi's drive normals and specials generate a large amount of heat on hit or block. For example, 5D on hit grants 15 heat, while 6D will grant 30. Terumi's drive moves tend to have either good range for spacing or can be used to get in and re-establish pressure. Terumi's OD, Nightmare Reaper, not only enhances the heat gain, damage, properties, and range on drive moves, but also adds the effect of draining the opponent's heat gauge as well. On top of all this, Terumi also has the ability to cancel his supers into other supers, or EA, on hit or block. Going into OD is a fast and easy way to pull off insane, unburstable damage. Terumi has 7 supers, which each serve unique purposes in a match. 41236C, Gleaming Fang, is a 3/4 screen dash attack that is invulnerable to projectiles. This move can be used to confirm any hit into a combo. 623B, Divine Twin Blade, is a DP. You can combo into 6C on counter hit. This is one of the moves used in OD for a long damaging combo. 63214A or B, Serpent's Laceration, are low and high attacks mainly used for corner combos. It is possible to use this in a block string and force the opponent to guess 50-50, however the low version is punchable on block. 236-236A, Venomous Bite, is considered one of the worst counters in the game. If you see a slow moving attack coming, going into OD and counter super is a semi-reliable method of getting it off. 632-146D, Serpent's Curse Sting, is Terumi's go-to ender to cash out on his heat. The super uses up all heat available and does more damage based on how much additional meter Terumi has. This super in OD is also devastating because it drains your opponent's heat along with Terumi's. You can drain up to 53 heat. 5D and JD are good long-reaching pokes. They generate 8 and 7 heat on block, and are non-committal tools to deal small damage and build heat. 2D is a slow reset tool best used when pushed out with barrier block. Terumi is +5 and can safely continue his offense. 4D is an upwards kick that has jump cancelable on block. In a block string, this is best used with J2D. J2D is a downwards kick that has +3 on block. This combo is used in OD to juggle the opponent for max damage and drain. 623D, Snakebite, is a rush down attack that is generally used to end combos. This move is also used as a way to catch no-techs for free additional heat. This special can also be cancelled into supers. 214D, Retaliating Fang, is a standard command grab that generates 34 heat. 214C, Agonizing Fang, is an overhead attack that is super cancelable and safe on block. 6C has Terumi run forward and swing 3 times. This move is punchable on block, but is fast and good at with punishing opponents. You can also use this in a block string with RC to get back in and take your turn. 6C combo enders also grant a safe jump with JB or no tech trap with 236D. 6B is another +3 on block pressure reset tool. This move is low and throw invuln. If you hold B, you'll use the feint version. Feint has no invuln properties and is used as a mind game tool for throws or bait reversals. 5B is a +2 on block mid used for stagger pressure and micro dash run-ins. 5C is a 2-hit normal. The first hit makes Terumi airborne. You can RC the first hit and go straight into JB for an instant overhead mix. While Terumi has good pressure when he gets in, his actual neutral is lacking. Most of his A, B, and C normals are short range, so Terumi will either have to space drive normals or run into your effective range. 2D takes 40 frames to get out. If you're close enough, challenge him, or if far, retreat with a high jump. 6B takes 24 frames. As long as you throw out a fast mid or DP, you should be able to hit him. Just be careful though. Barrier blocking is a good way to keep Terumi out and force him to use meter. However, make sure not to barrier everything. 6C should be regular blocked for a free punish. Even though blocking Terumi's drive moves grant less heat, it is still best to avoid them entirely and prevent Terumi from getting any of his offensive tools. Dumb Terumi players to watch are Fame 96, DGF, and Jay Anson. Younger sister of 9, Celica, is a fairly simple character who uses her doll Minerva to fight. A lot of Celica's normals have multiple hits and have good range. Celica is tied with the lowest health in the game. Her game plan revolves around choosing between enhancing your specials or healing herself with her drive. Celica's drive is Minerva. Celica's drive normals are Rekka moves that combo into each other on hit, block, or whiff. Drive normals are mids and lows, but push Celica forward, can cross up, and can cancel into specials. Celica's drive Rekka has a starter, bridge, and ender. The ender will always be the same attack. The first and second hits can be any button combination of JD, 5D, 2D, and 6D. Celica's drive normals also generate healable health on hit. The green bar indicates what can be healed and does not count towards your life total until healed. Celica heals all green health after Rekka Ender or 63214-6A super. If Celica has green health, her next special move uses up all healable health to enhance its properties such as frame data and combo routes. Celica's OD, recovery capacity, passively generates permanent and green health. Celica does not recover health while in hit stun. Some OD combo routes incorporate 63214-6A super to heal mid combo. With U6B, Arc Relay is an almost full screen fireball. This is a standard fireball that causes a knockdown and used after a drive Rekka to preserve green health. J214A, Pick Climpit, is a dive kick that is safe on block. This move is not an overhead and can be used for either an air combo under or escape the corner safely. 214B, Martue Flan, is a 25 frame overhead. This move has head and body invuln in the middle of the attack. This move is unsafe on block and you cannot combo off the hit. Enhanced 214B moves Celica forward is only -2 on block and knocks the opponent higher, which grants a combo opportunity. 214C, Lance Quiche, is a dash attack that can go through projectiles. This is mainly used to end combos. The enhanced version has a hitbox at the back which is used for combo loops. 236C, Hachi Rotir, is a pseudo DP. This move can armor through attacks, but all the damage Celica would have taken is converted into green health. The newly converted green health is not used for the enhanced version. If Celica has green health, 236C comes out faster and acts more like a regular DP. 63246B, Saber Angleis, is a beam super mainly used to combo off of Rekka 236B. It has slow startup and average as a super. 63246C, Cascade Loop, is a full screen dash attack. This move is a reversal super that can also be used after Rekka 236B. 63246A, Amore Swordward, heals all of Celica's green health and 300 extra. This move is faster in OD and mainly used in OD routes. 5B, 5C, and 2B are all long-reaching normals, good to use in block strings and neutral. 2B has 2 hits. If you start to get pushed out, use 2C since it not only vacuums the opponent in, but it's also -1 on block, making it a good reset pressure tool. 6B is Celica's anti-air. This move is jump cancelable on hit and block and is used for most of her combos. 6A is a high then low attack. At max range, the most you can do mid-screen is go into 2B into super. In the corner, this overhead leads into a full combo. You can also make the overhead whiff and go for a 1-hit low. Up close, you can combo by doing microdash 2A into 5B, 6B, then 3C. 6C is a slow launcher mainly used in combos. Usually off of a counter hit or crouch starter, Celica will jump cancel and delay a falling JC. JB is used as your air to ground jump in and air combo fodder. JC is a 2-hit air to air attack and delayed in air combos to go for a grounded combo. 5D starter is the fastest drive starter and also fatal counters. 5D bridge is a 5-hit attack that side swaps except in the corner. 5D ender will always be the 3rd hit of any Rekka. 2D starter is a low attack that is slow. 2D bridge is another low attack. Both of these moves are mainly used in combos, but can be used in block strings to catch your opponent fuzzy jumping. 6C starter is not an overhead, but moves Celica forward. The starter is good to use at push block. 6C bridge is a mid swing that staggers grounded opponents and hits away airborne ones. JD will always be the starter of the drive Rekka. The move is not an overhead, and the next drive move will be a bridge version. This move is a downwards attack that can also combo air opponents. Celica needs green health to use enhanced special moves. However, her drive normals do not grant any health if blocked. This means if you block 2 drive moves, she has no more lows and will end in fireball or overhead. Celica only has 2 overheads, and both are unsafe on block unless she has green health. 6A is -8 on block, and 214B unenhanced is -10. Celica's DP only has armor and is not fully invuln. This means it is possible to grab her out of the move. If you do get hit with 236C, be aware that Celica may air dash and air grab you if you instant tech. Remember to watch for jump cancel 6B in block strings and that 2C is still -1 on block. If you don't barrier, you can try to challenge with the 6-frame starter. Celica players to watch are Bagi, Urnita, and DS Moves 12. The Imitation Murakumo unit, controlled by Kokonoe, Lambda, is both a zoner and rushdown character with pressure resets, corner carry, good chip damage, and zone control. While Lambda may look similar to Nu, the two characters have distinct playstyles which are dictated by their kits. Lambda's sword projectiles are better for neutral play rather than zoning. Lambda's drive is Sword Summoner EX. Lambda's drive normals summon sword projectiles. Unlike Nu, Lambda's swords go into a second follow-up attack automatically on hit or block. Some other key differences are that Lambda can't reuse the same drive normal in a combo or block string, and the swords are summoned slightly closer to her. Lambda's overdrive, Elysium, increases the size of drive normals, increases hit, stun, and damage of the follow-up attacks. Aerial swords launch the opponent, and all her special moves have enhanced properties. 2 and 4D, Spike Chaser, is a 4-hit spike summon that is important for corner Oki and pressure reset. The spikes will stop spawning once blocked. If the first spike is blocked, Lambda is -7. If the second and the fourth spike are blocked, then Lambda becomes plus. This is a good tool to use after being push blocked or after drive pressure. The move reaches high also, which makes it hard to challenge after blocking. This is also used in the corner for Oki. Due to the spacing after enders such as 6C, 2 and 4D is just out of range of most DPs, and if the opponent rolls in the corner, 2 and 4D will catch them and will result in a high damage combo. You can also burst the opponent into the corner and go into 2 and 4D. This move essentially forces the opponent to block and helps Lambda get back in for pressure. 2360, Sickle Storm, is another reset and combo tool. Unlike Nu's version, This move is a mid, but hits 4 times and does good chip damage. This is another move to use in a block string to reset your pressure, being very plus on block. J214D, Crescent Saber, is an overhead attack that is mainly used to end air combos. This move does not work that well as an instant overhead, since the hitbox travels with the swing. 214A, B, or C, Gravity Seed, places a well on the ground that slows the opponent's horizontal movement by 30%. This move has a hitbox where Lambda's hands are. This move is used for combos, corner oki, and controlling neutral. 22D, Exegol Nail, is a reversal that is fully invul in frames 1 through 7. This can sometimes be used on Wake Up, but will lose immediate options due to its low invul frames. This can also be used at the end of a block string to bait certain options, such as throws, and can be called off of if on counter hit. 236A, Act Parser's By, is a command dash that can be used to get back in after a pressure reset, can sideswap if used close to the opponent, and can cancel into 236C for a fatal counter. 236B, Act Parser Try, is a dash attack that causes a hard knockdown. This move has 3 follow-ups including 22D. 6A, during 236B, Act Parser Try, Spada, is an overhead that does not cross up the opponent. Lambda will still sideswap on hit or block. You can only combo off this move with specific spacing, counter hit, or RC. 6B, during 236B, Act Parser Try, Blade, is a low attack that is -5 on block. You can check the opponent fuzzy jumping and combo in the corner. This can also be used as a mid-screen ender and allows Lambda to dash up. 236C or 6C during 236B, Act Parser Try, Cavalier, is a slower dash attack mainly used for corner carry, wall splats, and fatal counters. 236-236D, Legacy Edge, is a lockdown super that summons 19 projectiles. 63246D, Calamity Sword, is both a reversal and combo ender super. This move must be high block and even grants a combo opportunity on counter hit. 5D and 6D are your go-to drive normals in neutral and block strings. 5D is a straightforward projectile, and 6D is a 30-degree projectile that is good for catching air dashes. 4D is an overhead that tracks the opponent. Just like Nu, you can use this in the corner for an off-screen overhead and requires a minimum distance to be met. 6A and 2C are your anti-airs, but 6A is generally better. Off of 6A, you can Gatling into 6C for an auto-confirm. 6B is a grounded overhead that is -8 on block and leads into a corner carry combo. If done near the beginning of a combo, 2D into instant air dash JB, JC is a common follow-up. Just like Nu, all Lambda C normals are 8-hit attacks, good for combo filler, block pressure, and spacing. The game plan against Lambda is similar to Nu. You need to be aware of when Lambda uses a drive and try to find an opening when she either goes for a pressure reset or dash. Lambda has to get in close in order to mix and open up her opponent. There are certain distances where she has linear tools and makes it easier to respond to moves. When you're full to half screen, you mainly need to block high, especially since 236D is not a low. All of Lambda's long range options are mids and highs. She will need to command dash forward in order to grab or go for a low. If Lambda does get in on you, now you are going to have to react to her specials. If you are up close when Lambda goes for 214D or 236D, you can attempt to punish her for a fast normal. If you are push blocking and build some distance, your next best option is to retreat and reset to neutral. Depending on the matchup, you might be able to whip punish. Just like Nu, instant block has many hits up to 236-236D super, since it gives you around 10 heat. Just remember not to roll in the corner against 214D, and don't aimlessly air dash into Gravity Seeds. Some Lambda players to watch are Monarch, Hitoshira, and Iwasi. Kagura's secretary and right-hand man, Hibiki, is a fast and close-range character. Hibiki's game plan revolves around trigger movement, stagger pressure, mix-ups, and resets. Even though Hibiki lacks range, he has many tools to get in to either start or re-establish pressure. His drive is one of the many tools that can close the distance quickly. Hibiki's drive is Double Chase. Hibiki can either dash in or send a clone that acts like a projectile. This allows Hibiki to either rush down the opponent or zone. Hibiki can't use the same version of a drive in a combo or a block string. This means he cannot rush down twice with 6D. The game will go from 6D to 5D. Hibiki's overdrive, Schwarzweiss, increases the speed on all his drive normals, grants new properties, and enhances supers. (236A) Soaring Kick is a command jump that has 4 different follow-ups. A throws 3 daggers down, B is an overhead, C is an air command grab, and D is a counter. This move can also be done in the air. The A follow-up of J236A turns into Hibiki's J214A. Piercing Muzzle Blade. This move is not an overhead and is used as a combo ender. The grounded A follow-up, Piercing Feather, is used to reset pressure. Hibiki can fall with either JA or JB and continue his offense. The B follow-up, Thrashing Claw, is a decent overhead that can be used to cross up the opponent. This follow-up is also used in standard combos for max corner carry. The C follow-up, Pulverizing Fin, is Hibiki's most important reset tool. By itself, the move causes a hard knockdown and sets up for an Oki situation. In the corner, Hibiki can cover rolls and can frame trap. You can end the combo prematurely with your opponent in the air. If the opponent instantly recovers, the command grab will catch them. And with RC, this results in a 4k damage combo. 214A or B, Dual Wing Smash Heaven or Earth, is a high-low mix. Both moves have a long startup. The overhead is 0 on block, and the low is -1 on block. You can cancel both moves by pressing Drive. 214C, Soaring Slash, is Hibiki's ground combo ender. This ender sets up for a safe jump that can cover both rolls. 214D, Soaring Slash Revolution, is a cross-up that is punishable on block, but grants a combo opportunity on hit. You can also use this move to sideswap in the combo. 623C, Double Wing Cyclone, is a DP with a hitbox that covers both sides. If you RC the first hit, you can go into JC for an instant overhead. If you RC past the third hit, Hibiki will teleport to the ground and can go for a low. 632146D, Black Thunder Nui, is a super that tracks the opponent. This is mainly used for combo enders or for whip punishing. All of Hibiki's B normals have second follow-ups which are accessible even on whiff. 4B is an overhead and 2B is a low. 6D is one of Hibiki's safest ways to close the distance from barrier blocking. With the use of jump cancels and stagger pressure, Hibiki will have to work to stay up close and personal. 2D and 3D both make Hibiki invulnerable to projectiles. 3D is more useful since it moves Hibiki close to the opponent. You can combo off both these moves. J2D is a strong mix-up tool that halts Hibiki in the air. You can use this to bait out anti-airs and get in with an overhead. Barrier block is an important tool since it pushes Hibiki out fast. This prevents the threat against cross-up overhead and forces Hibiki to jump cancel, retreat, use a drive normal, or go for a risky mix-up. 236A-B and 214D are both punishable on block, and if Hibiki whiffs any 236A follow-up, except for the A follow-up, you get a free punish. As mentioned previously, Hibiki might try to reset you with 236AC. If you don't tech and make it a blue beat, you will take less damage but still have to deal with the Oki situation. The riskier option is to tech right when the grab starts to make it whiff. You can then punish Hibiki upon landing. Some Hibiki players to watch are Hazama, Nezu, and Benrich. One of the 6 heroes and 10 sages, 9, is a magic user with long range normals, resets, unblockables, 4-way teleports, and a variety of other tools. 9's normals are water, fire, and air attacks. On hit or block, these normals build up spells that can be released with the use of her drive. 9's drive is the Abyss Diver. 9's normals on hit or block build up a spell indicated above her heat gauge. 9 has a total of 14 spells that can be formed with different element combinations. 9 can only hold up to 3 spell charges. This works in a first in, first out method. If you use water, fire, then air, and your next hit is another air move, then the water will be replaced. 9's Overdrive, Burning Red, allows 9's normals to build up stocks even on whiff. You will also gain an element buff when casting a drive spell. The buffed element is based on the most recent element added. Nine has a 4-way teleport dash. On the ground or in the air, 9 teleports left or right. The second teleport can go left, right, up, and down. 9 can use both teleports after a double jump, but cannot double jump after a teleport. Both back and forward teleports are projectile invuln frames 1 through 4, and fully invuln frames 5 to 32. 9 is also in counter hit state during the second teleport. We'll briefly go over 9 spells. Any direction of drive will cast the current spell. No element in stock uses Everlasting Squirrel. This move can beat projectiles and used in combos. Only water creates Lapis Lazuli of Lamination. The spell becomes larger, has higher damage, and is less negative the more water is in stock. This move can be used to start combos or end combos. This spell freezes the opponent and forces a restand. Just like Jin's drive, opponents cannot mash to recover. Only air creates Emerald of Enmity. The spell becomes larger, has higher damage, is less negative, and gains an extra hit for each air in stock. This move is mainly used for anti-zoning. Only Fire creates Coral of Catastrophe. The spell becomes larger, has higher damage, and is less negative for each fire in stock. This is mainly used to confirm 3C hits or combo. Water and Air create Helidor of Humility. The skull is a floating hitbox and used either for teleport cross-ups or defensive play since it doesn't go away on block. Water and Fire create Amethyst of Annihilation. 9 shoots out a slow-moving projectile that shocks the opponent on hit for a free combo. Air and Fire create Citrine of Change. The mirror will absorb and shoot out projectiles. This mirror can also be kicked with Counter Assault or EA to give it a hitbox. 2 waters and 1 air create Celestite of the Covenant. 9 creates a field either on the opponent or in front of herself. This field will knock opponents to the ground if they jump or are airborne in the field. 2 waters and 1 fire create Taphite of Temptation. 9 summons a fairy that tracks the opponent and attacks 3 times. First diagonal down forward, second behind horizontal, and third straight down. This move only goes away if 9 is hit. This is a standard combo ending spell that helps 9 keep up her pressure after a knockdown. 2 air and 1 water create Androdite of Accord. 9 will shoot out an orb. She can move the orb up or down if she holds down drive. The orb will then expand in a plus shape and deal decent chip damage. 2 air and 1 fire create Uvaro Rite of Undoing. 9 sends a cloud in the sky that will rain fire after 2 seconds. The hitbox increases the higher in the air. 2 fire and 1 water create Kunzite of Keepbreaker. This move is an overhead, plus 6 on block, and one of 9's most important spells. On hit, the spell will launch the opponent leading into an easy confirm. 2 fire and 1 air creates Morganite of Malice. This is a 2-hit move. If the first hit connects, it is considered a low and the second hit will be a mid. If the first hit whiffs, then the second hit will be considered a low. If your opponent instant attacks certain combos, 9 can use this with a J2 normal to go for an unblockable setup. 1 water, fire, and air create Nephrite of Nullification. 9 places a clock on the opponent. The timer will not go away unless 9 is hit or is thrown. If the countdown finishes, pillars of energy come directly below the opponent. This attack cannot be regular block and must be barriered. 214A, Crimson Raider, is a 2-hit dash attack. This is mainly used to end combos or combo off of 6C hits. This is also only -2 on block. 214B, Morvet Roar, is an anti-air that can be followed up on counter hit. 214C, Navy Pressure, is a tracking overhead attack. The move must be around mid-screen for the attack to track. Up close, the fist will whiff, leaving 9 vulnerable. 236D, Seamoss Gate, stores 9's current spell into the backup slot. If 9 already has a spell in the backup slot, then the 2 spells switch places. This move comes out fast and used in combos or block strings to surprise the opponent. 214D, Flax Nurture, is a -4 on block DP. This move can only be used if 9 has a spell available. 9 will also buff the damage of the element most recently added to the stock. 236-236A, Flame Punisher, is a beam super that has invuln frames 1 through 2. It's a decent anti-zoning tool and can be used as a combo ender. 236-236B, Cardinal Nova, is a blast super that increases in damage if 9 has a spell in her current or backup slot. This move will always give 9 3-element spells in her current and backup slot. 236-236C, Azrael Inferno, is another reversal super that will consume all spells and increase in damage based on how many elements were stored between the two. All of 9's normals generally act the same, with their hitboxes, directions, and gatlings. All A buttons are water attacks and the fastest, B are air, and C are fire attacks and the slowest. 4 buttons are close range attacks with fast startup and delete projectiles. Deleting a projectile stores one of the elements used. 5 buttons are generally long range attacks that can attack into itself or other elements 2 times. You cannot do 2 5As into 2 5Cs, but you can do 1 5A into 5C. 2 buttons are low hits. Just like 5 buttons, 9 can cancel into 2 buttons into itself 2 times. 6 buttons are anti-air attacks. 6A is best used for opponents up close, while 6C is best used to catch opponents jumping away, like in round start or after a block Kusanite. 9 only has 1 sweep, and that is her 3C. This is generally a ground combo ender, or used after 1 fire and 1 water to create Kunzite for a low high. J buttons are straightforward air hits, and J2 buttons are air hits angled down. J buttons can combo into J2 buttons, but not the other way around. Fighting against 9 is a difficult task because of her long-reaching normals, lack of hurt boxes, and fairly safe pressure. This doesn't mean she has no faults. 9's regular movement is slow and telegraphed. You'll mainly need to respond to her teleports and overhead. Since 9's teleport is frame 1 projectile invuln, certain setups won't work, and you'll need to change your game plan. With no stocks, 9 has no DP, which means you need to go on the offense and try to catch any teleport attempts. If 9 is already teleporting, the second teleport is not fully safe. If she does a grounded teleport, you can challenge with 2A. If she goes into the air, then get ready to anti-air. Again, check first with 2A, then anti-air if it's up. While 9 has many spells, the main ones to look out for in neutral are Kunzite, Fairy, and Amethyst. Most of the time, if you see 9 using fire and water, prepare to either block, fuzzy jump, or challenge the Fairy. The Morganite unblockable can be avoided if you delay tech. 9 will try to use the overhead on the first hit of Morganite, so tech right when the first hit is active. If caught in the Lapis reset play, the best thing that can be said is to block low first and react to the upcoming mix. Pay attention to side swaps with teleport, any backup Kunzite, or walk-up grabs. Some 9 players to watch are Julio Cabrera, Genbu, and Koma. Bearer of the Eye of the Hunter and Bloodedge user, Naoto, is a high execution demanding character. Naoto has strong pressure, high damage, good corner carry, and rushdown. Naoto is a character that needs to dash cancel and micro dash constantly. His special moves are enhanced when performed after a dash. This is indicated by the blue after image. Naoto's execution may be difficult, but his game plan is straightforward. He can rush down the opponent with his blood sword attacks. Naoto's drive is Bloodedge. Naoto's drive normals are sword swings. Holding drive increases the move's range and guard crushes. Naoto can also dash cancel during uncharged ground drive normals. Naoto's overdrive, Blood Repulsor, increases the charge rate of grounded drive normals, allows dash cancels from fully charged drive normals on hit or block, increases the window to get enhanced specials, and enhancer abilities are powered up. Naoto's ability, Enhancer, buffs his special moves if he performs a dash beforehand. You can achieve the Enhancer state from regular dashes and dash cancels from certain moves. 236B, Vanishing Fang, is a dash kick that starts a record chain. 236B is the second hit. The third hit can either be 236B or 236C. 236B is mainly used to end weak starters and pushes the opponent mid-screen. 236C will knock the opponent in the air. You can jump cancel this hit and go into an air combo that ends in DP. The enhanced version of 236B makes the first hit force a crouching state, and makes the third 236B dash cancelable on hit. You can generally follow up with either enhanced 623C or D, or 214D. 623C or D, Inferno Crusader, is a solid DP, used to extend combos enhanced or end combos. The C version only has head invuln, and the D version is fully invuln. Both DPs have an overhead kick follow-up with 2C. After the overhead kick knockdown, you can go into 2A to catch no techs and go for an air combo. If they instantly recover, you can still go into 5A to start your pressure. Enhanced, the C version gets 2 hits, and the Dry version gets 5 hits. Both versions enhanced cover more horizontal space and have combo routes. The Dry version generally requires a with 2C follow-up to combo. 214D, Slash Cave, is a sword slash. Non-enhanced, Naoto stays in place. This is mainly used as combo filler in the corner. If enhanced, Naoto moves fast with the sword swing and can also go through the opponent for a side swap. The enhanced version is used both for rushdown and mid-screen confirms. Depending on the spacing or matchup, this move is generally safe if done far. The enhanced version is also less negative, being -7 rather than -9. 214A, Shift Sway, is a frame 1 mid, high, and projectile invincible move that is crucial for dash cancel routes and pressure. You can dash cancel this move, allowing for enhanced combo routes. Non-enhanced keeps Naoto in place. The enhanced version moves Naoto forward and can cross up the opponent. Pressing 8A during 214A gives you Phantom Pain. This follow-up attack has head and body invuln and is unblockable against standing and airborne opponents. This is a really good low, anti-air, and combo tool. 63214-6B, Divine Smasher, is a rushdown attack that is fully invuln frames 1 through 6 and projectile invuln from frames 7 to 16. This move can be done in the air and has an enhanced version that does more damage and goes almost full screen. 63214-6D, Divine Reaper, is a super that has a second attack if hit close range. Up close, the move has a regular strike hitbox. Far away, the Blood Wave is considered a projectile. 5A is a solid jab that is good for micro dash pressure and even has a second A follow-up. This gives Naoto a free frame trap and hit confirm tool. 5B is a high-reaching kick that can act as a pseudo anti-air and moves Naoto slightly forward. 5C is a far-reaching horizontal kick that is jump cancelable on hit and block. 6A is a slow overhead that is safe on block and gatlings into 5C on hit or block. Some routes also incorporate 214A dash cancels for a max damage route. 6B is a run-up kick that has a mid and -1 on block. This move is low and throw invuln and best used if the opponent is pressing 2A against your 6A attempts. JB is a cross-up overhead and a good air-to-ground move. JC is a far horizontal kick used for air-to-air challenges. JD is a sword slash to the ground. If you charge this move, Naoto halts in the air. This move can be done mid-screen or full screen to check the opponent. Uncharged forces 5 frames of landing recovery, and charged forces 10. 5D and 2D are straight sword swings. Both moves are -2 uncharged and -1 charged. You can check your opponent by charging the move and attempt to break their guard. You can also dash cancel the charge to re-establish your pressure. If you get pushed out and the opponent tries to jump in, you can use 60 as an anti-air since it goes high in the air charged. While Naoto has very strong pressure with buttons that push him close to the opponent, he generally struggles getting in and has to rely on unsafe moves or smart movement. Enhanced 2 and 4D is -7 on block. If Naoto misspaces, this is a free punish. If spaced properly, you can attempt to take your turn. Naoto's only standing overhead is 6A and takes 24 frames to get out. He can Gatling into 6A from 5 or 2A or 2B. You can try to challenge with any A hit. If Naoto catches onto the mash, he might start to use 6B. 2 and 4A, 8A whiffs against crouching opponents and is not low and roll. This move has 28 recovery frames, meaning you get a punish on whiff. Naoto's drive normals have set charge times. If Naoto's sword swing does not come out immediately, then expect either a dash cancel or fully charged attack. Some Naoto players to watch are Gaiman, Kamikaze, and Edge Dart. The main antagonist of Blazblue, an immortal being, Izanami, is an impressive character with projectiles that can be fired during normals, high-low mix-ups, set play, super armor, unique movement, and corner carry. Izanami's drive can fire bits during any move, which makes it hard to challenge her during her strings and even her punishable moves. Izanami's drive is Sharin x this arc. By default, Izanami is in normal mode, where she has access to C normal follow-ups and J2C. She can still use drive specials, but will have a startup animation. When pressing drive, she goes into active mode, indicated by the open bits. Izanami cannot block while in active mode, but can shoot bits with 2, 4, 6D during attacks, and drive specials have no startup animation. Izanami's overdrive, Zekai Arc Force, will first force Izanami into normal mode. Izanami has access to all abilities in either mode, has shortened recharge time on drive moves, and drive specials can now be performed during her attacks. The only limitation is that C follow-ups cannot be done while the drive bits recharge. Izanami is the only character in the game that can float. Instead of a double jump, pressing up while in the air summons a platform for Izanami to stand on. While floating, Izanami has access to all of her grounded normals, specials, and dash. You can exit float state by either pressing up or using 6A, 6B, or 2 and 4B. However, all grounded moves while in float are mid hits only. Izanami can also refresh her air dash while floating, meaning you can air dash, float, jump to end the float, then air dash again. Also, all normals are jump cans with 1 hit or block, which ends the float. Izanami can use these jump float cancels to create hard to react high-low mix-ups while staying close to the opponent. 623B, Shield of Dreams, is an infamous special that grants Izanami super armor. Izanami can freely move around, but the shield passively depletes Izanami's barrier gauge. All hits will further deplete her barrier gauge. The shield does not block throws, unblockables, or bursts. Izanami can cancel 623B with another 623B, Bulwark. This move has 15 iframes, has an active hitbox, and grants some barrier gauge if it hits the opponent. 63146C, Distant Affection, is a command grab that will grant Izanami 500 health, drains the opponent's barrier gauge, and restores Izanami's barrier. This move will cancel 623B. Back to drive moves. Drive normals, while in active mode, have their uses both for zoning and for keeping Izanami safe during certain moves or keeping her pressure going. 4D shoots 3 bits forward. 6D sends the bits in a condensed space and tracks the opponent. 1, 2, and 3D send out the bits in a cone shape. 2 sends the bits forward, 3 sends the bits up, and 1 sends the bits down. For 1236D, Droplet sends out the bits to track the opponent. After some time, the bits will fire a shot in the middle, stunning the opponent. The tracking stops when the bits are about to fire. This is useful for pressure and combos. 6214D, Orchid, sends out the bits in a multi-hitting fan. In combos, you can use this to fully charge 41236C for max damage. For Oki, simply use this move in the corner to force your opponent to block. 2D6A, Ghost Peak Strike, is a mid attack that has only -1 on block and a combo tool. 2 and 4A or B, Thunderbolt lands, makes Izanami disappear, then teleports with a dash attack. 2 and 4A is a mid hit that has -2 on block and wall bounces in the corner. Izanami will still remain at float height. 2 and 4B is a low slide that remains active until it hits the opponent. This move is -9 on block, meaning you'll need drive or RC to keep yourself safe. If done from float, Izanami will teleport to the ground. This also leads to a combo on hit. 41236C, Flaming Dome, charges a meteor that has 4 levels. Each level increases the size, damage, and number of hits. This is mainly used as a combo ender that sets up into 623B or 63214D. You can also use this in neutral. J63214B, Arms of Sympathy, halts Izanami's air momentum and then dives forward with an attack. This move is float cancelable on hit or block, but landing recovery stays when the float ends. 236-236B, Stake of Supremacy, is a combo ending and reversal super. 214-214C, Hour of Nihility, is a command grab that will freeze time, allowing you to freely combo. After 3 seconds, an additional 100 damage is dealt. 720A, Moment of Benevolence, requires 100 heat. Izanami cannot move and can only use drive normals. After 5 to 6 seconds, Izanami will freeze time. This is an unblockable attack that is matchup specific. 5C is a fast jab that has long recovery. 5CC will push the opponent back and can be special cancelled. 2C is a slow mid-hit that fatal counters. 2CC sends the bits forward then back to Izanami, vacuuming the opponents. This move is 0 at worst and +5 at best. The closer the move is used, the more plus she is. 6C is a 2-hit attack that is first a low, then high. This can be used both for a mix-up or in combos. 6CC is a mid that isn't used often since there are better combo options. JC is a standard air hit. In normal mode, it will automatically go into a second follow-up attack with the bits. On hit or block, the first hit can be float cancelled. J2C, which can only be used in normal mode, creates a hitbox around Izanami. This mainly sees use in combos. 5B, 2B, and JB are all long-range kick attacks. 2B is particularly good since it moves Izanami forward. 3C is a low slide that is good for pressure and combos. This move cannot cancel into anything on block and is -23. However, when used during float, you can use this to get back in from barrier block and float cancel. While in float, 2B and 3C are great normals to use to get back in on your opponent, and if you use drive normals, Izanami's pressure becomes much harder to deal with. 6B is an overhead on the ground and mid while floating. This move will also cancel float. 6A is Izanami's anti-air. This move is float cancelable on hit or block and Izanami's -1 if she float cancels from 6A, making this a decent tool to start float pressure. Izanami has very strong tools that cover many options. If she wants to access some of her better tools, she will need to sacrifice some of her defensive options. The main thing to remember is that Izanami cannot regular or barrier block while she is in active mode. Even if she wants to zone, she herself is susceptible to zoning. Another tool Izanami has is 623B. While mostly used after a knockdown to guarantee Oki, there are specific counterplays. Seen by Fenrich, if you have a DP that remains grounded after an RC, you can use this to hit the ribcage and go for a throw. This does not guarantee the throw, but gives something Izanami to look out for. If Izanami uses 623B in neutral, you can still attempt to throw out moves to poke. Your goal is to drain Izanami's barrier gauge faster, so try to keep it safe with either projectiles or jump cancelable moves. If you are close enough when Izanami uses 2CC, you can attempt to challenge with either an A normal or DP. If Izanami goes for the 6A float cancel, she is still -1. This means you can either throw out fast anti-air, fast normal, or attempt to retreat from the pressure. Some Izanami players to watch are Yamasta, Suzuki, and Miya. The true form of Terumi after merging with Hakumen's armor, Susanoo, is a high damage rush style character with large normals, good mix-ups, and good pressure. Susanoo starts each round with only one special move, a dash attack. Susanoo has to unlock 7 other specials with the use of his drive attacks. Susanoo's drive is Divine Warrior. Susanoo has a total of 8 special moves, but only 236A is unlocked at the start of each round. On hit or block, Susanoo's non-drive normals move a cursor that hovers over a locked special. Each hit moves the cursor by 1 space. On hit or block, a drive normal will unlock the current special and reset the counter. If a seal has already been unlocked, or at max rank, then the drive hit will move the cursor over by 1 space. 236A and 214A can be leveled up 3 times, while 214B can reach level 2. Susanoo's OD, Shrieks of the Entombed, grants him access to all of his max level specials. Some OD routes go into several drive normals in order to unlock key specials. 632146D Super will still only add damage based on your unlocked moves. 236A, Sundering Claw, is a dash attack that has 3 levels. Level 2 allows you to combo into 2A in the corner, and level 3 allows you to combo mid-screen. This move is safe on block. 623C, Towering Flame, is a DP. This move has good reach, covering both sides, but is treated as a projectile. Certain matchups can take advantage of this unique property. 214A, Megalith, is a reset tool that is plus on block. This move has 3 levels. Level 1 is +1 on block, level 2 is +8 on block, and level 3 is +12 on block and must be barriered. 214B, Hunter's Fang, is an overhead attack that is punishable on block and has 2 levels. Level 2 spawns a splash of energy from the ground to the air. Level 2 is also used in the air to combo into 3C into super in the corner. 236B, Dancing Dual Kick, is a multi-hitting low charge that is jump cancelable on hit. This is Susanoo's go-to combo extension tool for free damage. Mash C, Inevitable Calamity, is an interesting attack that's good chip damage, has high pushback, and another move used to combo into super. 63214-6C, Splintering Thrust, is a command grab that brings the opponent into the corner. This move combined with RC results in a 4k damage combo. 236D, Blade of Judgment, is a long-reaching mid-slash used for frame trapping and can hit behind Susanoo. Unlocking the 8th seal also unlocks his 236-236D super, Liberating Dagger. 236-236D, Liberating Dagger, reaches full screen and good for dealing with zoners or whip punching. 63214-6D, Strike of the Possessed God, is the go-to super ender. The super's damage increases with the amount of seals unlocked in the round. 5B is a far-reaching mid that beats out most options in round start. This move is great to use in neutral, is 1 frame slower than 5A, and can gatling to 6B. 6B is a 2-hit mid attack that has +4 on block. This is Susanoo's most important pressure and pressure reset tool. Susanoo moves himself forward, making barrier block somewhat worse. This move also fatal counters. 2C is a great anti-air that covers both sides of Susanoo. This move leads into a standard air combo and deals good damage. 6C is a safe on block overhead. Susanoo can either special cancel the move on block or go into a drive normal. 6A is a straight beam fireball that covers the horizontal space in front of him but has no vertical reach. This move can be gatling into 4D on hit or block to quickly unlock his seals. 4D is not an attack and is used to unlock Susanoo's current seal. This is best used full screen or after 6A. 5D is a mid, 2D is a low, and 6D is an overhead. You can special cancel 5D on hit or block. 2D and 6D are only special cancelable on hit, making them unsafe on block. Susanoo's dash has long startup. If Susanoo wants to get in fast, he'll often use instant air dash to start his pressure. Try to space yourself properly in neutral, and get ready to anti-air his approaches. Without his reversal, Susanoo's fastest button is a 7-frame startup 2A. This makes it harder for Susanoo to challenge block strings and stagger pressure. Of course, the main glaring weakness is the lack of specials that he needs to unlock. Especially in neutral, don't let Susanoo build up his 236A or unlock moves for free with 6A and 4D. Susanoo has only 2 low normals, 3C and 2D. When caught in 6B, you must learn how to instant block this move. Learning how to instant block adds a window to use reversals. You can also instant barrier block to push Susanoo out further and reset neutral. Most of Susanoo's mix-up specials and D normals are unsafe on block. If you don't barrier these moves, it becomes a lot easier to punish him. Some Susanoo players to watch are Fame96, Dragon Lords, and Zlils. S, also known as Embryo Storage, is a well-balanced character that has long-reaching normals, good zoning tools, and oppressive pressure. S, with her sword swings and projectiles, can control most of the screen. With the use of her drive, she can further control specific areas and reset her pressure. S's drive is Crest Arts. All of S's drive normals leave behind after images that reactivate a hitbox after a set amount of time. S can only have 1 crest out at a time, and crests disappear if S gets hit or thrown. Some of S's combos will require the second hit of the crest to activate. This just takes practice with the timing of the move. S's OD, Amplifier Avalon, increases the hit on crests, increases the startup on drive normals and their second hit, and removes the 1 crest limitation. (236A or B), Type Shooter Brunor, is S's fireball and strong zoning tool. On the ground, the A version is fast and goes mid-screen, and the B version has slow startup but travels full screen. You can chain one fireball with another. Certain combinations create new properties with fireballs. Double A or B sends 2 of the same fireball, but the second one being slightly bigger. AB or BA merges the fireballs into one big projectile. AB merges mid-screen, while BA merges at the beginning. The combined fireball will beat and go through most projectiles. In the air, the B version is angled horizontally, while the A version is angled 45 degrees. 2 and 4D, Type Enchanter Borse, is a single-use install. This move powers up S's next crest special. This install goes away if S gets hit. 623C, Type Slasher Grifflet, is its standard DP. With install, you can combo with a falling JD. 214C, Type Slasher Mordred, is a dash slash that has a second C follow-up. This is mainly used to end combos, which gives a safe jump or install window. The install is safe on block and can be comboed off of. 214B, Type Slasher Gawain, is a chargeable overhead. The uncharged version is fast and safe on block. The uncharged version comes out slower but is +3 on block. The install version makes both versions plus on block. 214A, Type Assaulter Eric, is a command grab that hits if the opponent is standing. The move is average, but if the opponent reacts thinking you'll use 214B, this move has the potential to trick the opponent. 632146D, Type Enchanter Percival, is an install super that lasts for 7.5 seconds. This move puts S in the air and best used after a hit. 632146A or B, Type Shooter Palamedes, is a fireball super. The A version travels straight, while the B version travels upwards. 632146C, Type Slasher Galahad, is a reversal super and a combo ender. 5B, 2B, 5C, and 3C are all long-reaching normals best used in neutral or in a block string. If you get pushed out, either go for a drive normal, 236A or B, or frame trap with 214C. 2C and 6B are your anti-air options. 2C swings directly up, while 6B moves S forward and covers a lot of vertical and horizontal space. 6A is a standing overhead that is invuln to low attacks. JC is a fast air slash to the ground. This move is great for not only cross-ups, but can also be used as an instant overhead from Jump Cancel 5A. 5D is a decent reset pressure tool. The second hit comes out somewhat fast, allowing for a dash normal or install window. 2D is another reset pressure tool that moves S forward. JD, much like JC, can be used to cross up the opponent. This move can also be used to retreat, cover screen space, and overall has good utility. Most of S's pressure reset tools have long startup. S will try to knowledge check you and see if you know which moves to punish. 5D and 2D need to be challenged with a 25 and 30 frame startup. Charge 214B takes 36 frames to start up. Unenhanced, 214C and 214B are negative on block, which gives you your turn. If S uses 236B, either challenge if you are close with a long-reaching normal, or jump away. If you block the instant overhead JC, S can't follow up, which leaves her punishable with an air combo. If S high jumps and uses fireballs, she can still land with a JC. If you're under her, get ready to anti-air when she falls. Some S players to watch are Yuta and Monarch. Vessel of the Nameless Grimoire, Mai, is a spear character with great neutral buttons, a homing projectile, unique movement, and strong corner carry. Unlike most characters, Mai only has standing and low normals. Her variable arts give her standing moves unique follow-ups, such as 5AAA, 2BC, 5CCA, and etc. Mai has strong close-range pressure, but she also has the ability to zone and check the opponent with her spear throw. Mai's drive is Gallia Cipheric Seal. Mai throws a spear in one of 3 directions with 2D, 5D, or 8D. Mai can also throw a spear in the air and halt her falling momentum. The spear can also be charged to make it unblockable. If Mai presses drive again while a spear is out, the spear will redirect itself towards the opponent. The spear will lose its unblockable properties if redirected. Mai's OD, Flurry of the Winter Moon, reduces the charge time on drive moves. All 2-6 moves have multiple hits, and 2-4 moves become their charge versions. (236) Juncture is a command dash that can be done after most of Mai's normals and variable arts. This dash can be used to get back in after being push blocked and re-establish pressure. Juncture also has a follow-up attack with 3 versions. Himeyuri is a dash attack that does have a tipper hitbox. Tipper hits guard crush and have combo routes. A Himeyuri is a fast dash attack that is -4 on block. This move is used in combos and useful for frame trapping. B Himeyuri is a slow startup dash that goes full screen. This move is -9 on block and used on hit to go into a corner combo. C Himeyuri sends Mai into the air diagonally with an upwards thrust. This move can be followed with 2-4C to corner carry the opponent. 2-4 Moon Blossom is a command backflip. This move has low invuln frames from 1 to 4 and fully invuln from 5 to 14. This can be used as a reversal but will lose some mid hits. Just like 236, 2-4 has 3 different follow-ups that are dive attacks. Each follow-up has a charged and uncharged version. If Mai waits after 2 and 4, the follow-ups will be enhanced, making them plus on block. 2 and 4A, Suzerain, is a straight down dive, mainly used to end corner combos for a safe jump. The A version has the most plus frames out of all the follow-ups charged, being plus 5. 2 and 4B, Suzerain Blaze, is an angled dive attack. This is mainly used in combos or wake-up reversals 2 and 4. 2 and 4C, Suzerain Dipper, is a horizontal angled dive attack. Combined with 236C, this 2-hit combo will carry the opponent half screen. 236D, Sylvan Hurricane Assault, is your go-to super ender. This is mainly used after a charged 2 and 4 move into 2C. 2 and 4D, Floral Blizzard Blossom, is an armored reversal that is fairly weak. The super can be avoided easily. Starting from 5A or 5B, 5X AA gives you an auto combo. The third A will stagger the opponent on hit for an easy confirm. From 5A or B, second button A, third button B or C will have Mai send up to 4 projectiles. The B version sends head height projectiles, while the C version sends low shots. You can send one B shot to catch a jump, then proceed with C shots to check low. You can also 236 cancel the shots. From 5A or B, second button B will put Mai in a stance. Holding B maintains the stance. This stance has auto guard against mid attacks. This stance has 3 follow-ups. 2A or C is a low hit that combos into 2A. 6A or C is a forward kick, used for corner loops and for frame trapping. 8A or C is an overhead that has low invuln but -7 on block. From 5A, B, or C, second hit C is a long-reaching poke move. Third button A is an overhead that has -2 on block. Third button B is a slower but +7 overhead. Third button C is a flurry of swings mainly used to add damage to combos. Off of 2A or B, 2C is a longer reaching poke which is used to combo or dash cancel with 236. 5C is a fast normal that has only -1 on block. This move fatal counters and is good to use in neutral. JC is an air to ground option that can also cross up. If you get a counter hit on an airborne opponent, you can combo on the ground. Most of Mai's mix-up tools are defined by certain button presses. If you recognize the second hit of her string, it will be easier to react to the upcoming mix. 5XB, 8A or C is -7 and punishable. After 5XC, block high since she has no low options unless she delays and resets into a low normal. 5XCB is her slowest overhead and can be challenged with an anti-air. Mai's initial spear throw is a set direction and does not auto-target until the second hit. If Mai whiffs her initial throw or the redirect hit is blocked, she can't perform another action, giving you a free chance to go in. 2 and 4 moves are hard to challenge due to their plus frames. The plus frames come from the second hit. If you are in the air, the second hit will whiff and enable a free punish. You can also instant block, making Mai 0 on block and challenge her. If you block 236D super, run up after blocking the second hit, since Mai will backflip as a part of the animation. The Mai players to watch are Kyo-chan, Moki Moki, and Jonah. One of the 6 heroes and Ragna's mentor, Jubei, is a fast and mobile character. Jubei wants to fight on his own terms, and is best at whiff punishing opponents with his mobility. Jubei is weak on defense, but has many offensive tools, such as an instant overhead, plus on block moves, knockdown set play, and a rushdown drive. Jubei's drive is Shiranui. Jubei dashes in a straight line on the ground or from the air. The air version has 2 angles, one downwards angle, and a wide-reaching angle. This drive is useful for either whiff punishing opponents or being anti-airs. The move on hit or block will always sideswap, but is unsafe on block if misspaced. On hit, you can special cancel for either a knockdown or corner carry. The opponent will also be marked with a black crosshair. While marked, Jubei's supers will teleport him behind the opponent, another whiff punish tool. Jubei's install changes his drive into Shiranui Hagane. Instead of an instant dash, Jubei will halt and create 4 waypoint markers to dash to. Jubei can angle the markers up or down, and move to them in 4 ways. Jubei can only use his upgraded drive once in the air, and must land before doing another one. The drive still marks the opponent on hit. Jubei's upgraded drive can full corner carry on a B hit or an air hit. It should be stated though, that Jubei can be hit out of both versions of his drive with a well-timed hit. Jubei's overdrive, Rakan Gorinko, increases the startup speed of Jubei's drives and removes the single-use limitation in the air. You can go for timer scam shenanigans if near the end of a round. Jubei's backdash is special. Not only does it have above average distance, but Jubei can also hold forward and dash immediately. Jubei can reposition himself quickly and whiff punish opponents this way. Jubei's regular dash can cross up the opponent. If you hold 3 while running, Jubei will stay on the same side. 236B, Form 1 Shadow Wolf, and 214B, Form 2 Demon Fox are Jubei's low-high mix-up tools. 214B is safe on block, but 236B is unsafe if done close to the opponent. Because both moves are fairly safe, you can either backdash forward and whiff punish, backdash and reset neutral, or hard read with a counter. 214B is the overhead and cannot combo unless hitting a counter hit or cancel into install. 236B is very useful for frame trapping. If your opponent mashes, they will get fatal countered, resulting in a 3000 plus damage combo. This move is also unique since it can special cancel into 236C on hit for set play. 236C, Rising Justice, is a slow-moving fireball used to either maintain stage control, reset pressure, or used for Oki. The fireball bounces to the height where Jubei placed it. If you use mid-screen, you can bait out a jump from the opponent and respond with an anti-air or air grab. In the corner, the opponent must neutral or forward tech. If Jubei gets hit, the fireball disappears. 63214C, Form 4 Black Panther is a mid-attack used to juggle the opponent in the combo. When charged, the move becomes unblockable. If you release the C button on the 30th frame, you will recover faster and will be able to combo the opponent. If you hold the button for too long, you will need to RC since you won't be able to combo normally. J214D or J236D, Divine Form, is an air command dash used to cross up the opponent or retreat into an air dash. 360A, Movable Object Lotus, is Jubei's install super. Jubei can cancel any move into install except for supers and drive normals. Jubei's install only lasts for the round it's used in. Jubei's install not only enhances his drive, but also changes 236A into a wreck move. Each A press adds an additional slash, B is a rising slash, and C goes straight into Form 3 Wild Lion. Jubei can also go directly into Form 1, 2, and 4 with 6B, 4B, and 646C respectively. Now onto some key normals. 2B is +2 on block and good for stagger pressure. 6C is Jubei's standing overhead that you can special cancel on hit and block. Run Up JA is an instant overhead that can combo into J236A. This is a good mix-up tool in the corner with Ball Oki. In neutral, don't throw out buttons randomly. Most Jubeis will try to maintain space and throw out fireballs to bait a response. Especially in the air, Jubei is looking for any opening to whiff punish. If Jubei overextends with dash 2 and 4C, you get a free punish. 236A is also punishable if you instant block the third hit and punish with 2A. The biggest weakness Jubei has is that he is always in a crouching state. This means even if Jubei is standing, you will be able to land a crouching confirm. Learn your crouch only combos and get max damage on Jubei. Some Jubei players to watch are Elion, Matocat, and Pokuzen. If you made it to the end of the video, then I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this. This was a New Year's project and something I wanted to do for the community. This project took over a month to make, which is why the overall quality of certain sections are different from others. I hope the information presented here was helpful and that you will continue to play BBCF. I will be linking my resources such as Dustloop, Burst Recaps channel, and other sources in the description. I do have plans for making other content for BBCF and maybe tag again, but for now I'm going to take a break after this video. I also do stream on Twitch, mainly playing fighting games. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.